Talk, 303-713-8255. Today I have, we're going to talk a little bit about accounting, bookkeeping, and all of that stuff that has to do with taxes, tax planning. Now, most of the deadlines are up. We have one more deadline coming, but the real deal is just being prepared for next year and what changes there are. So if you're running a business or even your personal taxes, we want to help you. Plus, we'll help you with anything in the world. All you have to do is call us. That's what this show's about. Help, 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 help. That's what it's about. So you got a problem, you call us when it's just starting, and we'd love to get involved early to help you. Recovering hundreds of millions, literally hundreds of millions of dollars over the years in cash merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. Leon wants to talk about a friend, Hector. Let's talk about it. Leon, what's going on? Leon?
Oh, okay. Leon had to go back to work, but this is Doreen.
Are you the one he's calling about, Doreen?
Yes. I'm calling for Hector.
Oh, you're calling for Hector. Okay, so what's going on, Doreen?
Okay. The problem is that Hector had to leave out of town to go to work, and he was working out there, and then apparently he had to work more months. He actually worked 4 months out there. So
where did he go out of town?
¿Dónde fue a trabajar? Huh? Letterman?
Okay, so what happened?
Okay, so when he got back, the cops came to his house and locked all his doors up, and the cops came with them, and so he said, what could I do? I want
Wait. Doreen, there's a lot missing here. So he went out of town for work,
yes.
And then how long was he gone?
4 months.
For 4 months, and then when he got back,
3 months.
Okay, and when he got back, the police came and locked him out.
Exactly.
Well, that doesn't happen. No, even if he was a squatter, that doesn't happen. I mean, this is highly unusual. Why did they lock him out?
Because the property that he's on, it's a trailer. So his trailer's paid off. He has his title.
No, so that's his trailer, right?
Yes.
And it's on someone else's property?
Yes, it's at, ¿cómo se llama el lugar? Garden Meadows.
So is that a trailer park?
Yes.
Okay. He owns the trailer outright, and
yes.
And it's in a trailer park, and they locked it up. Now, why? Tell me why.
They said because he missed the 3 payments on the lot.
Okay. Oh, did he miss the payments on the lot?
He missed the payments on the lot, but he's willing to pay. They told him that he can't pay through the office. He would have to pay through internet, and he didn't know how to do internet.
Okay. Now, listen. Hector owns this trailer. How long has the trailer been there?
¿Cuántos años? 15 years.
Okay, 15 years. And he's been paying. I mean, he has a pretty good history of paying?
Yes. Never missed a payment.
Okay, how long ago did this happen?
¿Cuándo empezó esto? In March? In March.
Okay.
About between February and March.
Okay. Now, what I'd like to know now is, where has he been living?
In his truck.
Okay. We got to figure out what's going on, because they're not supposed to just lock him out like that. Is he sure the police did it? Does he mean the sheriff's department?
El sheriff's department, yes. And
okay.
He couldn't get his medicine out. They're taking his clothes out.
No, there's something wrong. What are they going to do with this trailer?
¿Qué van a hacer con la They put a for sale. They put a for sale on his trailer.
No, okay. Hey, Kachina, this is serious. We got to help this guy right away. Can we try to get, I don't know how much Brad O'Brien knows about this, but if he could bone up on it or tell us, This is a trailer. Did he have a year, did he have a lease?
¿Tenía lease? ¿Tiene lease? No. ¿Donde paga por año, así? No.
No annual lease?
No annual leases.
Okay. So he had basically just month-to-month lease for 10 years or 15, whatever.
15 years.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on, dear. Do not hang up. We're going to try to get some help, okay, and see what his rights are, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Now, we're going to figure this out. We're trying to figure this out. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to rights and trailers, you just can't lock someone out, even for 3 months. I mean, there's a process here. Do you know, Doreen, let me bring Doreen back. Do you know, did they serve him while he was gone? Did they have a court hearing at all?
¿Tenía court hearing? Uh-huh. Okay, when he came back, he seen the papers, and he
Okay.
said that it seems like there was something.
Now, why did he not make his payments? I want to ask.
Oh, because he said that he called them and they said that he has to do it online.
No, I get it, dear.
And
But wait. How did he normally pay for his lot? He would go to the
used
office.
to go down there. Yeah.
And because he was out of town and he called them, they said, well, make your payment online, and he did not know how to do that.
Correct.
Okay, I got it. And the name of that park again is what?
Does he have all the money to pay it right now?
It's called Garden Meadows. Yes, he has all the money to pay it right now.
I mean, including late fees, anything. He's got that
Everything.
money.
Everything he has.
Okay.
Okay, let's figure out what's going on. I'm sure, I can see where this can happen, where a guy, he doesn't, at least he called him, and they said, well, you got to go online, and he didn't know what to do. Now, of course, 20/20 hindsight would tell you what you do is you get a friend to help you out. I mean, you can't just ignore it. It's not going to go away. And so let's figure out if we can undo this thing and call over there. First, I want to find out from Brad O'Brien if he could, maybe he knows where to look. We just need to figure this out. Or Mark, maybe you can look up something about trailer rights as well.
So
wait.
Tom-
Brad said
Tom?
no. He doesn't know anything about.
Correct. Yes, he declined.
Okay, damn it.
Just send me over the place's phone number. I don't care about the trailer rights.
You gonna call him?
I'll go ahead and call over and see if I can't figure it out. Long as this guy's got all the money, I mean, then I might be able to pull something off. He doesn't have the money. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, he has the money to pay what he owes.
How much does he owe total? What are we talking?
3 months can't be a lot.
What is that?
Well, he's probably got some late fees, I would assume.
How much total?
Like 3,000.
All right, just get all that
Around
info
there.
to Kelly.
Around
She'll
there.
email it over.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, Doreen, how much is his lot rent?
How much is cuánto cuesta el lote por
Monthly, yeah.
mes?
Pues va diferente, va a dar 1,100, 1,200 dependiendo.
It's 1,100 around there. He
Wow,
said.
just for the
Yeah.
lot. Does that come? Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by the way, waterpros.net. If you want a great water system, like I have all the drinking water I want, $1,400 fully installed. There's no better deal for great drinking water. As I said, if you're going to do supplements and take care of your body, take care of it with water too. That's 303-862-5554.
Done right kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished base
Quick to these two, Tom Tenaway.
incentive, and bank financing to ask about. Make a great time to call 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
One of the things we love doing on the Troubleshooter show is educating people, and we have sponsors that love doing that. That's why we have our accountant here today. And then we also have Joe Chiano. He's a certified financial planner, by the way. That's a designation from FINRA that says, hey, this guy knows about your family and your finances. Well, they say he's qualified. So here's what I want to say, okay? You want to learn, he's going to have an event that'll teach you about income for life through annuities, Medicare, Social Security in general, also reverse loans and other financial things you may face as you get older. And he's going to give out a book. Who call right now, or who arrive, the first 10 people will receive a book, The Conservative Investor. Joe, tell us more about the event, and it's coming up soon.
It is coming up soon, Tom. It's going to be on the 20th of this month. It's on a Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at the Sheraton DTC in Greenwood Village. Really easy to get there, and people are going to get, the first 10 people that arrive will get the free, it's our newest book. It's called The Conservative Investor. And what it teaches people is that they have options. People don't have to rely on the stock market to have a peaceful and good retirement. They can move their accounts from, the ravages of the stock market into safety and be guaranteed, Tom, an income for the rest of their lives. And this is really what consumers want, and they really need the peace of mind that their income stream will never be depleted. It will go till the day they pass. And by the way, if they pass prematurely, the whole account value that is left will go to the beneficiary. So our companies do not keep one single penny of that account. And one more thing, Tom, fees. Everybody that I've been talking with over the last several months, they've been concerned about the fees that they're paying their broker, their 401ks, their IRAs. They range between 3 and 5%. Just think about that.
Yeah,
So the
low
market
cost.
more than that to get ahead.
And guaranteed. Yeah. Find out more. Reserve your seat. MyMoneyMyWay.com, 303-779-6600. Call right now, 303-779-6600. Hey, you want something else that I believe is one of the best purchases you can make in your life? I did it in my home. I did it in 2 homes, okay? I have to tell you something. I have never had more payback on a product and comfort than I have with QC Colorado.com. QC Colorado. Do you know what that is? QC Colorado is a whole house fan, and they are wonderful. What they do is they install this in an hour to 2 hours, whatever, and there's no wiring in the walls. It's all remote controlled, and it is a remote mounted whole house fan that keeps your house more comfortable and livable, and your air conditioner works less. In my case, I probably use the air conditioner 20 to 30% of the time. I used to use it all the time in heat. You got to find out more from these people. They are amazing. Get on their schedule, 303-800-3419. That's QCcolorado.com. And the number 303-800-3419.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't even ask how much time with these long ones. Hey,
Right,
by the way,
'cause
I want to
it's only
start.
a minute and a half.
What's that? Good.
You want to start doing what?
I want to
You
start
wanna do this
using.
from
No. Dragon's been doing this for me, and I dropped the ball yesterday. But I want to start doing the talkback on the iHeartRadio app. It worked out pretty cool. We broke the server. We had so many.
Wow. I like that.
No, I want to start using it. Mike is the only one that really does it well. He uses the hell out of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a show otherwise. So, yeah, no, I'm happy to help.
Good.
Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Okay, this is the phone number. This is the radio show. Okay, are you familiar with our show at all?
We're not.
Okay, so you understand that we're a radio show, and so we only do on-air calls. So in order to get any free advice or help, you would have to go on air with Tom and Mark.
That sounds like
Who's
too
the
much.
co-host?
Who is that?
Okay, and what is your
I
name?
don't want to talk to Mark.
Lori. And what seems to be the problem that you want to talk to Tom about?
All right, as fun as it is to hear her do that, here we go.
Okay.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have Eric Reinemer with me. Just a quick question for him at Atlas CPAs and Financial Advisors. By the way, this is important for me, Eric, and then we'll get back to it. Are there any changes for the tax year we're currently in that coming up that people should be keeping track of so when they file in 2025 before April 15th? Is there anything going on this year that's substantially different at all?
Is that the 2017 tax cut bill could go away in 2025, so next year is the year of big changes.
Now, what do you mean the tax cut bill?
Back in 2017...
It's the Trump bill, man.
The Trump bill, where tax rates came down, and they were good until they sunset. They go away in 2025.
How much did the rates come down?
Oh, about, let's say, 5 or 6% for everybody.
Okay, so when Biden gets reelected, do you think he'll do away with it? Do you think he'll let it sunset?
God, I'll stop.
Tell us, Mark, what's the story?
No, Mark, I'm just kidding you. Mark, I'm just kidding you, man. I'm serious. I really am. I mean, but Mark, I just want you to know there was a survey done. And 99% of the celebrities...
I think you need to stay away from surveys.
99% of the A-listers are for Biden.
So all 12 of them.
No, the A-lister. Hey, so Eric, on a serious note, and I am kidding, Mark. On a serious note, do you think the
Clooney
Democrats
and his wife, who just
do you
don't
think
like
if
Jewish
they
people,
are
like
in
those
power,
guys?
If they are in power, do you think the Democrats will sunset that bill, let it go away?
I think if they have the House and the Senate, if they're in power, then I think they'll just let it sunset. But there's probably going to be a mixed government between all three.
And a mix is good.
It's good. It keeps everybody, kind of not getting too wigged out one way or the other.
So anyway,
yeah, it keeps the border wide open. It does a lot of good things, guys.
303-7. You know what? Because Mark, it won't. Well, I don't care. I love him talking. I want you guys. Feel free. Now, on the iHeartRadio app, there's a talkback button. Okay. Now listen. On the show here, you can call about anything.
Tell Tom what you think.
On the talkback button, do not use it for regular consumer problems, but if you have a scam you want to warn us about, or if you want to make a statement about politics as it relates to taxes, personal finance, or consumer issues, feel free to do it, or anything. I'm not going to restrict you.
I'd love to hear from one person that says, oh man, I hope it sunsets and my taxes go up.
Now, here's the deal. You go to the iHeartRadio app and hit the red button and leave a comment. Shannon and Dragon will play them. And here's what I want to tell you. You can say anything you want. Just we can't have any of those words you can't say on radio. But other than that, you can come pretty close. But here's what I really like. I am trying to follow Mike Brown. He really uses the hell out of this, Michael Brown. He does a great job getting talk back. So that's what we want to do. We want to be in second place for that. Okay? So let's go back and talk to Kendra now. And Kendra, and we're trying to find, Mark is going to call that trailer park for Doreen, but now we're with Kendra. Kendra, what's going on with you?
I listened to a caller that you had yesterday named Joe who had
Marvin Infinity Windows
by NextGen installed by
That's
NextGen.
right, and NextGen refuses to do anything about it. The installation is horrendous.
Yeah, and it was very similar to what I'm experiencing. I just had one slider door installed.
Did you have
by
it done
NextGen.
with NextGen?
Yes, correct.
You know
And
what?
I
think NextGen might be a problem here, Mark. I'm thinking. I mean, two in a row like this. Now, people might say, Tom, 2 complaints. How can that be a problem? Well, when you take a slice of everyone out there, and I get 2 of the same in 2 days. Now, Kendra, tell me what's going on with you.
Kind of the same experience that Joe was having. A lot of air infiltration on the bottom of the slider, super drafty, condensation on the inside track. Freezing.
And they blamed your house, right?
No, they didn't. Well, they didn't blame the house. They just said the first time they came out, they put a bead of caulking on the outside. That helped 0%. The second time they came out, they caulked the inside. There was some improvement with that, maybe like 50 to 60% improvement, but it's still really drafty. The project
moisture.
manager came out. Yeah, and moisture.
Okay, so we got. So what's the latest word from NextGen? We got to start looking into NextGen, people. What's the latest?
That's the extent. They gave me some Marvin accessories, is what they called them, and it's a piece of like a plastic sponge that I put in the weep hole, and a piece of sticky Velcro that I put on the corner of the inside track to stop the chimney effect. I don't know if these are legit Marvin accessories, but so I install those in the winter, and I got to remember to take them off in the summer.
I'm just going to tell you something, okay? It is not a Marvin problem.
Yeah.
It is a.
That's what I think too.
It is an installation problem, okay? And
yes.
Hey, Deputy Doc, I know he's working from home today. Is anyone in the studio, by the way? No? Okay. So, Shannon, no one's in the studio, no deputies are in the home mothership. So
we do not have anybody currently, but we do have people taking cases.
Okay, let's give this. Wait, is Bo open?
Bo and Chopper.
Okay, anyone, you pick them. Okay, just let me know who. Have them call. We need to now step it up with NextGen. We need to step it up because NextGen. Come on. There's too many, and I've gotten some inquiries since that call yesterday, and now I'm getting this one. Something's going on, folks. You see, we know about things before anyone, and I'm telling you, something is going on. Something is going on. So remember, until we find out more, we are investigating this for damn sure. I do not like what I'm hearing. So thank you for alerting us. We're going to put you down here. We will have a deputy. Who do you think we're going to give this to, Kachina?
We're going to give it to Chopper.
Okay, so Chopper, I want you to call him like during the show if you can and find out what the hell's going on with their installation department and why they're not taking care of these problems. They can't blame houses on all of this, for God's sakes. You just can't do it. Lori, what's happening, Lori? Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Lori.
Yesterday, hello. I went online to a link that my mortgage lender sent me. I was interested in purchasing my neighbor's home, and so I contacted him. He said, "Okay, great." Fill out the application.
No, wait a minute. You want to purchase your neighbor's home, but your lender that you wanted to get a loan from gave you a link to go apply?
He did.
Okay, so what lender was this?
It's called American. You know what? I'll have to look up this.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm sorry that
so
I
how'd you find this lender?
You know what? It's actually my cousin's husband.
Oh, okay.
And I've used him before and have no issues.
Okay,
It's
fine.
been great
So your cousin's
husband,
gave you a link. What happened?
So I filled out the application at noon yesterday, and I'm telling you, at 12:10, I started receiving phone calls. And up until like this morning, so I've received over 100 phone calls of people trying to sell me a mortgage.
Oh my
God.
God.
So I'm like, and this is my work number that I've used. So even today, I've received 69 phone calls since 8
Oh my
a.m.
God! Wait a minute. Did this link that he gave you, was it for his company, or is he some kind of a broker? What is he?
Well, he said that it is his company, so I told him, I said, you must be selling the information. I said, because he said he didn't even receive my application yet, and I was already getting phone calls. And I said, well, then either you have an unsecure website or you're selling my information.
Right.
And he says that neither of those are true. But he's claiming that Experian sold my information as soon as I submitted.
But wait, how would Experian know? How would Experian know that you just submitted an app? Did somebody pull a credit report?
Right. So I'm assuming that this automated system must have went and pulled a credit report instantly because
Well, hold on.
we got a,
When you went on that
It's just,
system,
hey, Tom.
Yeah.
It's like Rocket Loans. If you use something like Rocket Loans, they send it out to 1 million people, and those people
Mark,
contact
I
you.
get
That's
that.
what happened.
I get that, but Lori says she didn't use a company like that. She used one private lender, supposedly her cousin's husband.
It was probably a broker that was shopping it.
I'm wondering
and that's exactly what I told him, and he swears up and down that it's not him. And there's just
Can you give me the link? What is the link?
Let's ask Brent Ivinson as well.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull that up. I'll just be one quick moment here.
Okay, and then we're going to take this break and come right back to you. I want to find out what that link is. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, Frank Duran, the real estate man, speaking of real estate, if you're looking to buy something and you already know what it is, do you know what he can do? It's called transaction brokering. I had him do this for a friend of mine. He was renting a place, wanted to buy the place he rented, but he wanted somebody to do the contracts, the due diligence, help him with title work and all that. And each party needed the expertise, and they got Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. It's called transaction brokering. It's a lower fee, much lower fee, because they don't have to market it. He can do this and anything to do with real estate. 303-920-1622.
Thank you.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's.
Over on the east end of town, roadwork continues I-70 eastbound between Tower Road and E470. We're seeing about 2 to 3 minutes of slow traffic through the area. West of there, I-70 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic between Colorado Boulevard and York. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints through the Denver metro area. Back to the northeast end through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Slower speeds between I-70 and Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's a hot one out there today, folks. High of 95 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Overnight low of 60. Tomorrow high 85 with PM thunderstorms into Saturday morning. The current temperature in Denver is 86 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
So you just heard on my show the complaints about installation of windows and doors. You know what? You don't get that with K&H Home Solutions. Now, they've had a great heritage going for 68 years. And I've been part of them, I think like 45 years. I've known them. I knew the original owner. I knew the subsequent owner and the owner now, Lee, and they have the great products like Alpine windows. You won't get any crap with those windows. They're made right here in Colorado, thermally insulated, fiberglass panes, and a wonderful glass panel. They also do all kinds of home improvements from siding, windows, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. Established, like I said, in 1956. I want you to check them out. 303-421-7100. That's 421-7100, khwindows.com. Another company I've known Mitch for many, many years, Mitch Floria at the Art of Granite. He does such a great job with people, and he has showroom out in Golden, and guess what? He has a lot of remnants out there. If you want to look in his yard at remnants, the materials will be free for your small kitchen counter, your vanity, your bar, any kind of a serving top or windowsills, whatever. Go out there, free materials, give him a call first. He'll give you a price on the phone even. They only charge for fabrication and installation with free materials from the remnants, or you can just buy from their regular yard, and that is at wholesale prices always. 303-386-5919, 386-5919. Get your price right now, theartofgranite.com.
Very kind.
Okay, what's your name? Dan. And what was the story idea you wanted to talk to
get that
Tom
link.
about?
A 100 phone calls, man. Wow.
And you have the new build, and the issue was with your tree, right? Trees. Okay, I gotcha.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep, I gotcha. I read.
All right, I talked to someone over there
At the,
at the Meadows place. We'll find out. It's
All right.
more of an answering service, but it was a human, and he took very good notes of what's going on, and we'll see what happens.
thanks.
I basically said, he's been late. He couldn't get on the internet to pay. He's willing to pay everything he owes right now, and I'm helping him facilitate it, and we can pay today, and blah,
Good,
blah,
good,
blah.
good.
So we'll see. Oh, Jules said Ideal Home Loans just told him that the credit bureaus sell the information.
Okay. Okay, good.
That's crazy.
But I
That
wonder
sucks,
why.
man. Think
I wonder.
about that.
Okay, so she gave people.
That seems weird, the credit bureau would circulate information like that
Oh,
so quickly.
hold on, Eric, listen to me. Mallory is in France
Yeah.
for about 14 days. Soon as he gets back, he's going to knock out the 3 corporations that Tom, Suzanne, and myself deal with together and get to K1s. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, we're just gonna have Tom make an estimate for June here, but yeah, we'll just, whenever it comes together. That's a referral list and.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, so
we
June
will
be
have
for
them.
2 quarters, right?
Yeah, to get you caught up.
Yeah, good. And then I'm
Ooh,
going to
I already
reduce
paid
my
my first
W-2s,
quarter.
right? Like we talked about.
Yeah, there's a whole strategy we need to
Okay,
talk about.
no, we will.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, I mean, there's no reason to pay all those HRs like I used to. I used to do that for retirement and for other reasons, but unless,
Well, Michael has some thoughts on that about maybe you still could do this other.
Okay, oh, good,
Yeah,
good, good.
yeah.
I like Michael. He's pretty cool.
He's cool, and he moved to Denver, he's nearby, so.
Good, good, good. You know, I passed my
What?
securities license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
That's the only one I need. Because I'm just super. Oh, I could. State administrator said it would be best. Or AD. Best if I was even.
Just to be safe and just have that in the bag.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Lori, we did find out some stuff from Brent Ivinson at Ideal Home Loans, by the way, for your next Ideal Home Loan. And I should mention, when I mention Ideal, I got to mention this. I just have to. They do the interest rate guarantee, the only ones I know. And that means if you refi or if you use a loan, you might want to consider this, Lori, seriously. You call Ideal, 303-996-9000, because when rates go down, they'll refinance you free of charge. But I want to ask, to tell you, Brent said that as soon as anyone pulls a soft pull on your credit or any credit, that the credit bureaus now sell your, say, Lori's looking for, it could be cars, by the way.
Wow.
Yep. If whatever kind of a lender pulls your report, it goes out to everyone. That is terrible. I wonder if you can opt out of that, Mark. What do you think?
I doubt it.
I mean, somewhere along the line.
Have you ever went to buy a car or go to buy anything and been able to opt out of anything?
You know, but I'm thinking somewhere, though. Well, actually, when we don't deal with credit unions, like we don't give them permission or not. That's just what they do. I don't even know if you could demand that they don't do it. I don't think you can. You know, that information.
Wow.
It's terrible. I can't believe how many phone calls you got.
I'm at 76 phone calls now, and this is, and just for anybody listening, don't use your work phone. I thought it would be good because he could get in touch with me. I thought it was a good thing.
You know, I think this is where a Google phone comes in. This is where a Google phone comes in. You get a Google number, and you use it whenever you need a number, and you don't want to miss a call because they can leave a message. You will see it. You can forward it to your cell phone, and if it gets overwhelming, you can unforward it. I'm telling you, Google Voice is one of the best inventions in the world. And I have a Google number, and what's great about it is it's a real number, so it can be verified. And if you have to, if they send you a code, you can go on Google Voice and get the code. You can always use a Google Voice number. That's a good tip for everyone. But Lori, sorry about that, but at least we found out what it is. 303-713-8255. I'm taking you in order. I promised Doreen, let me give you an update on your friend Hector. Okay, he did not pay for 3 months, and he was away. He meant to pay. He called them. They said, you got to go online. He didn't know how to do it. So here is what is happening. Mark, go ahead.
Well, I left a message over there, and I said he's wanting to pay right now. Give me a call back, and we're going to get you guys paid today so he can quit worrying about this. He has all the money, and I should be receiving a call back from the manager of that particular complex or park pretty soon. So we'll see.
Guy took detailed notes, so Doreen, I don't think it was a shine on. I think they're going to relay the message, but I guess another thing, though, I'm puzzled about is how they could lock it up. I've never heard of that extreme measure.
Me either.
Yeah.
I wonder if they already went through an eviction process or something we're not being told.
They're just taking little by little out. They took out some of his clothes already.
I just simply don't believe that. Why would anybody want Hector's clothes?
Well, first of all, I don't think they're
why?
allowed to do all of that. That sounds wrong to me.
But why would they?
The neighbors took pictures to show Hector what they're doing.
I wonder, is it the park doing it or vultures?
No, the park. Because there's a sign on there she put just a piece of cardboard saying for sale. Oh, it's a for sale sign.
Did he ever get any form of eviction notice or notice like that on his door?
It was on the door when he got back, Mark. It was on the door. But
see, they might have gone through everything already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
well, no, I'm saying he might have been evicted. He might have missed a court date. It might be done and over. The sheriff might have showed up. I don't know.
Okay.
The thing is that the trailer's his, and if he could pull that trailer out, if they don't want to agree to give him a
well,
chance
hold
to
on.
pay
Can
all
he
that money.
can he pull that trailer? How big of a trailer is that?
Que largo es la trailer? It's about it's a double. 25 by 40.
It's a double? He's not going to pull that out of there.
Oh, you can't pull it out? Oh,
No.
sorry.
Ask him if he ever got a court date, please.
Tenía court? Oh, yes. He said that the papers, when he came back, there was a court paper.
And see, I'm telling
Can he give us
I
a
think it's
copy?
done.
We need to get copies of this stuff.
So they got out las copias.
We
de
need to
la
get
corte
copies of
y
this
todo.
stuff.
Oh, he can't get in the part in his trailer. It's all in there.
Well, wait a minute. He said he saw it when he got back. But he said when he got back,
Yeah.
he was locked out. So,
Exactly.
well, no.
Exactly.
How
That's
did?
when he
When did he see the
Maybe
papers?
it's in the
then?
mailbox.
Doreen,
Oh,
when
everything
did he
is-
see the papers?
Cuando los papeles cuando llegaste, when he got back home.
So when he got back home, You said he was locked out and couldn't get in, and you said the papers were inside. Where were the papers that he saw when he got back? Where were they?
¿Dónde estaban los papeles abajo de la puerta, no? Oh, they were on the door, taped on the door.
Oh, and then how did they get inside if he was locked out?
¿Cómo entraron?
No sé, simplemente me dijeron que eran unos policías ellos y
Oh.
quitaron las chapas.
Okay. When he went inside, the cops got there and they changed the locks.
Okay, so he got in, and then when he was there, they must have called the cops.
Exactly.
Okay, so he left the papers when they kicked him out.
Well, and if the cops came and kicked him out, I mean, this whole thing's done and over, guys.
Everything. He left everything. His medicine, his feet are so swollen right now. Everything.
Okay, hold on. This is wrong, man. There's something wrong. Something doesn't smell right. But Mark made a phone call. There's a mobile home
I have
act.
I have a feeling he missed a court date, he got evicted, they had the sheriff, everything was done, then he shows back up, he's not supposed to be there, they call the cops get him out of there, and it's done and over. I'm afraid that's where we're at. But we'll find out. I'm just making an assumption.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mark, shouldn't they have, I don't know.
If he didn't pay for 90 days, a lot of stuff can happen in 90 days, Tom.
Okay.
So the problem is that's his place, his title. He has a clear title on that.
Yeah, and if he listen, once again, it's an assumption, but if he showed up to court, he might have been able to say, hey, I don't know, I just don't know right now, but it doesn't look good, honest to God.
No,
He wants to go to court. He wants to go to the court. He wants to see if he could talk to the judge. He wants to see if he could do something to take care of this, because he never missed a payment, and he's just like...
Wait a minute. What do you mean he never missed? I don't even know what to say to that. I feel like the biggest monkey wrench in my life was just thrown.
Hold on a second. I am looking at this mobile home park thing, and they have a lot of rights before they can make them move. And I don't see anything here talking about a lockout. I'm looking at it prohibits a lot of these behaviors. I'm not sure.
Why do you think the cops would show up and remove them then?
I don't understand that. I'm trying to read this one. I'm going to read it during a break. It says a written...
We got a break, by the way.
Okay, let's take this break. We'll come right back.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Over on the east end of town, roadwork continues I-70 eastbound between Tower Road and E470. We're seeing about 2 to 3 minutes of slow traffic through the area. West of there, I-70 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic between Colorado Boulevard and York. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints through the Denver metro area. Back to the northeast and through Commerce City, I-270 westbound, slower speeds between I-70 and Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's a hot one out there today, folks. High of 95 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Overnight low of 60. Tomorrow high 85.
Okay, they're right.
Thunderstorms into Saturday.
They're right
morning.
on this
The current
one.
temperature in Denver is 86 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark
God.
Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
I want to make something clear. I've been doing these spots for discountbath.com. I don't want you to think it's for a quickie and for a fix and flip or for a rental. They have all levels of discount baths. Their message is they discount everything. They are a better value for the same product. If you're looking for a bathroom remodel, and now they're doing free tear out and haul away of the old one, whether it's a hall room bath, a half bath, a whole bath, a big suite bath, 720-979-2322. Discountbath.com. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Gosh, Mark found this company and brought them to me, and I couldn't believe how good they were. They know everything from the sales, installation, the service, and the financing, and the tax credits. They even have grant writers that can help commercial properties get them paid for 100% in some circumstances. They're great people that you want to deal with. Guaranteed activation dates. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449.
That's good. Why is that not playing?
Okay, I got to remind people to talk back.
You okay, Tom? I tell you how long you have, but you know.
Shut up. I'll just
You need
wait
to
till
focus.
I'll wait till
Yeah.
the top of the hour.
Can you hold it?
I don't have to go.
Don't want you to overtrust the situation.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Are we done with Doreen?
No. No, we want to hammer her one more time, right?
Yeah, I want to talk. I want to tell Doreen what's going on. I found the act. Ugh.
Here comes Tom from the top rope.
Okay.
Wham!
So I can fill up that water with nice, pure, clean Water Pros water.
I'll take it.
How's Sally doing?
She's great. Plugging away. Keep people healthy.
She's on a mission.
She is. I met a neighbor who was with you, Ginger Baker, at, he did some studio thing.
Right.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Before he died.
Yeah, I went there. You know, I knew his wife
Ginger's wife?
and his son. I don't know where his son is, but
What?
Ginger.
What do you need?
Is he a
For the love
drummer
of
too?
God.
Ginger Baker was the drummer for
Yeah.
Cream.
Oh, yeah, no, he was my rock star
But anyway,
hero.
Ginger Baker was an asshole.
Personally.
Terrible asshole. Miserable person. I mean,
That's weird.
and he was a hero of mine, you know. So
I heard Davy Jones was one of the nicest guys.
so anyway,
He was fun.
Donna, my first wife, she
Not only the most talented of his era, but
She knew
nice
me.
guy.
shut
Although
up. She knew
tended to get a little seasick.
the wife, you know, the Ginger Baker's wife, and she had a Lioness project.
I told
where
you
she
that
would
when I
make-
ran into him,
she
I
would
said, I
make
think you know my
blankets
aunt and
for
uncle. And
babies.
he said, your uncle tried to kill
Anyway.
me on his yacht.
So then we had
And I thought that is about the coolest sentence I've ever
He
heard.
was just not a nice person. He was very bitter. Now his son was an okay kid.
And then later,
little
my
Eric.
aunt sent me a
Son's
picture
drummer,
of
too.
him
But I don't
sick
know
on
what
the
his son's
yacht.
doing right now.
Didn't he have a farm down in
I still have it somewhere.
Farm outside of town?
Yeah, Ginger Baker.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Kind of cool.
Then I went to one of his drum clinics. But you know what? Not near as good as I remembered him.
No,
In
my
the
uncle.
clinic. He's good. In his day,
What?
he was fucking good.
That's funny.
I mean, yeah. He wasn't good like a Buddy Rich. He was good like, he was all right.
Ginger
But he
Baker?
wasn't like, you know, Buddy Rich is a true genius as a drummer, right? And Neil Peart.
Just like, who was the
No.
Talk Station 630 KHOW.
You know, anyway, nothing like Major Marc Mager to try to get me going, and I'm not going to do it. Doreen, I got to talk to you, Doreen. Hey, Mark, listen to this. I looked it up.
This cannot be the Doreen I'm thinking of.
No. It's not.
No.
No, the Doreen you're thinking of, Mark, she just... never mind. We'll get into that a different time. Anyway, Hector, I'm going to tell you something, Doreen. Under the Mobile Home Act, let me just summarize it. It may be terminated for a specific cause, which means failure to pay the park, with a 90-day notice with a right to cure the non-compliance within 90 days. A 10-day notice is required first, and then 90 days, the 90-day notice, and then they can do exactly what they did. Here's what they say. They can order a vacation to vacate within 30 days. And if they do not, they can literally they can actually lock it up and sell it. Do you know that? I mean, that's amazing to me. They can do it to cure it. I'm going to tell you, however, it says that they can pay it. They have. It sounds like this is a 90 days to cure after the 90 days. I don't know how long this whole damn thing was, but it seems to me Mark's going to follow this up with the owners. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully I hear back from him. The other thing we could do, in fact, let's do this. Get me his full birth date, first name, last name, and let me see if there's an eviction on his record.
Okay. It is Hector.
No, I don't want it now. You give it to Kelly.
All right, hold on, dear. Hold on. 303-713-TALK. Dan, what's going on with you, Dan? What's happening? Dan?
Oh, hey, Tom. Yeah, hey, Tom and Mark. I'll give you just a quick overview of what I'm dealing with. So we live in central Denver. We've lived in the house we're in now for about almost 27 years. So, like in most sections of Denver, there's a lot of redevelopment.
Yes.
And it just so happened there was a new house being built behind us. During the final stages of that, I was really, I think all along a little worried about if the contractor was going to try to at least even ask us if they could cut back some of our trees. Because
they may not need to ask you under certain circumstances. Hold on, we'll come right back to you, Dan. I'm Tom Martino. We also have Atlas CPAs and public advisors with us. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO.
Signing.
Very nice.
Well, thank you, Shannon. We look forward to your opinion all the time.
Tell him to check his text.
I am.
In fact, Tom and I live and breathe based upon what you think.
Uh-huh. Well, then you're not listening to me. Kelly has some advice. Kelly?
Check your text.
There you go.
That's advice. Okay, let me check.
As a hint.
It says...
Kelly has a life hack for you. You ready? Check
oh,
your
wow,
text.
okay. I see. This is a guy. I'll have Suzanne run a background right now.
That's sweet of you. I know that's a round of drinks at your local watering hole, so that's
Here's
nice.
a weird text I got, and I don't even know who it's from. Huh. Mark, you are so much more handsome than Tom. You should be the one on video all the time.
Oddly, that was from Kunkel. I sure would like it if he listened, heard that.
I gave him a lot of play Monday.
Yep.
Hey, have you ever been up to that Pikes Peak race, Shannon?
No, I mean, it's world famous, but no.
I'm sending some of my clients in the springs there. I've never been either, and I was kind of reading about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already sold out. The tickets are close to $100 a piece, and there's been like 7 people that have died.
Really? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pikes Peak Hill Climb is a hell of a thing. Legendary.
I just never realized how big it is, and it's right up the damn road. I didn't know, man.
Yep.
Hill climb like on bikes or actual?
No, race cars.
Can you two do your own thing somewhere where you don't have to know anything? Although I was thinking about you, Mark, the other day. I was like, man, how does he not know the hill climb? But I don't understand mortgages and LLCs and crap like that. You know all that stuff. I know what is going on.
And I understand the female body better than any other man out there, unlike you.
Have you cracked God's Rubik's Cube down there?
Did you know I was a FBI agent?
Oh, God.
Go ahead. Did you know that?
I
even have a shirt to prove it.
Yeah.
Hey, babe. Can you run a background for me, see if he's got an eviction?
Can you run a foreground for me, see if I'm going to have one?
And another guy, Shannon.
Oh,
You know what?
want-
Let's do it. While you're in the
Hey.
system, let's run a full background check on our producer there, Shannon.
You don't have enough ink.
Let's do it. Let's see what's going on with Shannon. Then during the breaks,
Nope.
I will read off different things.
The cumulative charges and wants and warrants.
Fuck it. Let's pull one on Kelly, too.
There's no way she's wanted. Bop.
I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I don't know if that's, yeah, I don't know if that's appropriate on the air. Say, but we can certainly promo your event. Okay. You're more than happy to. I have 3 people waiting on the line already. Do you want to call back after your appointment? Okay, your appointment takes 3 hours? Okay. Okay, well, let me see if I can, we're just about ready to come back from break, so I can't talk to you yet. But let's just put you on hold. Okay, and give me your phone number one more time. I think I have it, but I just want to make sure that I've got it here. Hello? Okay, cool. I will call you if we've got a break, okay? Okay, all right. All right. Bye. All right.
Is that the Steve guy? Hello? Hello?
Wilson with Medicare benefits. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. This call is to let you know about some additional benefits on your current plans without any cost, like flex cards, grocery cards, and cashback as well. So
Oh,
you
that's
have
wonderful.
Medicare Part A and B.
No, I do not.
Okay, so have a nice day. Bye.
You as well. See how
Boy,
nice
you're
I
one-
am?
That was incredibly nice.
Well, what am I going to do? I mean, they already live asses to elbows on top of one another over there. I'm not going to make it worse by yelling.
No, you're not. In fact, you probably made her day.
Yeah. They're always very happy when I say, "How are you doing?" "Oh, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. My name is Bob." Nah, we know that. That's wrong.
They love beef.
I'm going to send you some beef jerky. Don't send me any beef jerky.
Hey, Todd, on YouTube, did you camp when you watched it? I mean, is it worth it? Was it fun?
Gotta go.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you. If you want help with a problem, question, complaint, you have a question, give us a call. This hour brought to you by 888heating.com with a risk-free service fee. If you want any one item in your house for $28, they come to your house. Now listen, that's all. You spend more than on it when you take your friends for coffee to Starbucks. Anyway, they come and service one item, including if it's a water heater, they'll do the flush and service, and a toilet, they'll do that. But here's the deal. If you need anything more, they simply credit you the $28. 888heating.com. Welcome to the show, folks. Let's go to the phones now. Here's the problem. Dan says, okay, I've been in my house 27 years. There's a lot of infill projects, new houses. There's one being built behind me, and that's where we left off. And he said something about cutting back his trees, and I said something like, well, if trees overhang a property, they don't need permission to cut them back. They do, however, have to take diligent care not to kill the tree, like they can't be reckless about it. So go ahead. What's going on?
It was Excel, so I don't think it would be someone else's property. It was probably something, where their telephone lines are.
Did Excel do it?
Or power lines?
Well, they did. So they have a tree contractor that they refer to as their vegetation management company.
Right.
And so, they came out on a Friday and knocked at the door and said, hey, look, we've got to remove some of these. You've got some branches, and by the way, we're also going to put a high voltage line at the top of the poles, so we've got to cut back your trees.
Sure.
I said, all right, let's go back and
by the way, that's an easement. They're allowed to do it.
Yeah, that's their easement.
Right,
okay.
Right. No, I understand the utility easement, but by the time I got to the backyard, that 3 workers jumped the back fence, hit the trees, and start cutting everything from the ground up 40 feet. So this is back to the trunk, right? These weren't safety cuts. These were
Dan, it depends. Dan, it totally depends, really, where they cut. They're allowed to cut anything on their easement, anything.
But so understood. I get that. But
if it's on there, if let's just say you had a big tree on your yard, a big giant tree, a beautiful tree, and then that tree hung over the easement, they can cut it back. They can't go into your yard and take the tree trunk and trim it down to the tree trunk in your yard. Where was the trunk that they cut back to the trunk? It's a very simple situation. Was it on their easement or in your yard?
It's in the yard, but in the easement, because that easement is probably...
Well, then it's not in the yard. The yard is not the easement. The easement is the easement. The yard is the yard. The easement, I know what you're thinking. The easement goes across your yard. You're absolutely right. But technically, it's not your yard. It's your yard to use, but it's their easement to do whatever they want with. I mean, as far as the stated definition.
Right. Within the definition of the utility easement, though, it's for the utility companies to take care of make sure everyone has service, but make sure everything's safe.
No,
right?
That's absolutely that's absolutely true. That's right. So what did they do that was unsafe?
They cut everything in between that around the secondary lines and everything. So anything with this had
Dan,
lines,
you and I may not like what they do. I'm going to say it again. If it's their easement up to the sky, they can do it. They are allowed to do it. So many times we get used to seeing things on an easement that we start thinking, well, that's going to be left alone, or they have an obligation to work around it. They do not. Do you know there have been some people who've had fence lines, beautiful privacy fence put in, and they can come and knock that fence down?
Yeah, no, and I know that there's a lot of great.
It
honestly,
sucks.
Tom, there's a lot of
By the way,
great around-
I don't like saying that. I think it sucks, because we sometimes these easements have been left alone for years and years and years. Then all of a sudden, there's a couple of new projects, and boom, you lose that you lose that status quo, and you're thinking, what the hell? They didn't have to do that, and you're right, probably.
Well,
they probably didn't have to technically cut back as far as they did. But these companies, they don't give a damn. They just want to get the job done.
Right. No, I hear you. And one of the things I'm concerned about, though, and I've got to run because there's another arborist that showed up earlier in our house.
Yeah.
And I had planned he was supposed to be here later today, but this is the second arborist I've had to take a look at what they did. I'll just say the first one from probably the large tree companies in Denver, that he had never seen this excessive amount of cutting by itself, ever. I mean, ever. And so it goes across 5 60-year-old blue spruces that are probably pushing 60, 70 feet tall.
Do you think it killed them?
They're at risk. I mean, of fall and dying and, decay and disease. So, but for our property value and, those trees for us, they mean a lot more
but
than our
Dan,
property value.
I just don't want you wasting a lot of time and energy, because truly, you're barking up the wrong tree, as they say, and I don't, no pun intended, but you're not going to, if they are on the easement, they're fair game. Yeah, we'd like to believe.
That's the tough thing, is trying to get them to just be good people or good stewards of our environment.
Well,
Tom, and
they could have probably
probably
taken a lot more time and care. And maybe in cases like this, they should say to the homeowner, listen, do you want to hire someone to get this done? And maybe then your person would have taken way more time and energy. But I'm telling you, if your arborist says to you, Dan, these trees are probably going to die, and you're thinking, well, I'm going to make a stink about this. Good, you can make a stink, but it's an easement and it's not yours.
Yeah, no, that is the tough thing. Especially
know.
even in a house this long, right? So
Yes,
it's not like
27 years, I get it. I wanted you to vent because I know a lot of people feel the same way, but literally nothing can be done about it. And I mean, they can't unless they did something outside the easement. They're allowed to cut it.
But here's the problem, though, Tom, honestly, is that if the contractor put this in motion to get more light in their yard, that's the misuse of the easement, right? And the whole purpose of it, it's not so a private party can benefit from you having, you leveraging the utility company to cut in someone else's property so they can sell their multi-million-dollar house. And
It
that's
has
kind of
nothing to do.
that I'm dealing with.
The homeowner didn't ask him to do that. The builder didn't ask him to do that.
They did. The contractor put in service request.
That's right.
So it wasn't Excel just saying,
What I'm getting at is,
kind of crazy.
It's not the guy wanting to sell his multi-million-dollar house, and well, he should want to sell it, but that's not why that was cut back. It was cut back because, here's why it was cut back, plain and simple. The utility company wants a clear easement. They hire a company to clear the easement. The company can do it in one of two ways. They can cut back just enough to keep it clear, or they can say, the hell with this. They got a bunch of bozos working for them. They just want to get in and out of there. That's what happened. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got more coming right up on the Troubleshooter Show. I want to tell you, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, the garage door choice, 24/7 service. They are wonderful people. It started as a live and local company in Colorado and now has grown, and they are the ones to call with a garage door problem. In fact, if you go to their website, every single price and thing they do is on there, the doors and the openers. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I guess I tried to say as many different ways I could that this guy's shit out of luck.
Forget about the old white sneakers and barbecue and show Dad you care with a real gift from Triple J Armory. Take 5% off everything and free shooting Father's Day weekend. Imagine Dad's grinning as he unwraps his brand new handgun, shotgun, or rifle. But don't wait until the last minute to pull the trigger. Visit Triple J Armory in Littleton or Colorado Springs. Open 7 days a week.
Lazy Days RV You know what? That's what they mean by lazy days. It means you're getting in an RV and having fun. In fact, Mark's about to get ready on a nice trip. And I'll tell you this, okay? Lazy Days is your RV authority. That means anywhere they go in the country, they can go to Lazy Days RV and they can get service, or they can get sales, they can do trades, they can do whatever. And we have them right here in our backyard. Lazy Days RV with a beautiful maintenance facility at I-25 and exit 240. That's lazydays.com. American Restoration. 24/7. Now, let me tell you about this. This is the season where a lot of things can happen. Yeah, I know, not maybe a freeze or anything, but you can have a big problem. Like, you can have a water break, you can have flooding, you can have a fire, you can have any problem in your home, a discovery of asbestos or black mold or anything like that. American Restoration 24/7 does the job right. They're not just glorified carpet cleaners. They're not just people that put up a shingle, say, hey, we'll take care of it. They are the experts with the EPA certifications, knowledge, and know-how to get the job done right. And I urge you to call them at the first sign of trouble. They'll give you an honest assessment. They'll mitigate the damages. They'll restore your property. And they'll work with your insurance company. But they're not a runaway freight train. They do it on a value and honestly and with integrity. 8337 AM REST at the first sign of trouble. American Restoration 24/7 8337 AMREST or AMREST247.com. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, I can't say enough about them. Now let me just give you an example. There was a company that has a commercial operation in a rural area. Now that means just outside of a city. They were able to get a grant that paid for 114% of this project. That means they put money in their pocket. Plus, they get a positive cash flow of a few $100,000 a year on what they're selling back to the grid and to their tenants. That's a true story. Red Rocks Roof and Solar engineer did the whole thing. Red Rocks Roof and Solar can do complicated commercial systems that can be paid for by government and grants and tax credits, or they can do residential systems. You need to call them if you want people who know the business. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449.
Thank you.
Boy, you guys got quiet on me.
Whoa.
Creepy, huh?
It's crazy.
I was reading some of these emails.
Dear Tom, why is Mark so much more handsome than you?
Dear listener, you
How come his
obviously
diction
can't
is so
see.
much better?
You
His what?
obviously can't see.
Did you know that the word incorrectly is spelled incorrectly in every dictionary?
What is spelled incorrectly? Incorrectly?
Correct.
What are the chances?
Oh, wow. That's a great trivia question. What's the word that's spelled incorrectly in every single dictionary?
Incorrectly. INCORRECT. Correct.
No.
LY or LLY? LY.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I've ever misspelled one word.
Yeah.
Ever. Now, I'm not saying I haven't had typos, Tom, but anytime I misspell something, it's generally more of a typo
Well,
than anything.
I can speak for all of us. You're not our typo.
Radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Greg, what's going on with your Kia Soul? What's going on? Did you lose your soul, sir? What's happening?
Yeah, I had a 2015 Kia Soul, and on March 24th of this year, March 14th of this year, 2024, I took it to Grand Kia up in Thornton, and it wasn't running. It wouldn't go 50 miles an hour over 50 miles an hour on the highway, and it was acting like it was a catalytic converter.
And what is the dealer you took it to?
Grand Kia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so I took it up there, and I said, I talked to a service guy up there, a service manager, and I said, well, I'm pretty sure it's a catalytic converter. He goes, okay, well, we'll check it out. So he checked it out, and they called me later in the day, and he says, well, we see it's your one fuel injector needs to be changed, and then the other ones need to be repaired. Three need to be repaired. And so I had him do it. And so after I picked up the car that day, same day, I picked it up and I started driving it. It just wasn't running right. And me having a job, I was trying to rent a car and trying to get back and forth to work and everything. So I let it go for about almost 2 weeks, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. I took it back to Grand Kia 2 weeks later, and I said, this thing's not running right. He goes, well, I said, my engine light came back on, for one thing. He goes, well, let me go out and check. The service manager went out and checked it and put did a code read on it. Come back, he said, oh, you need a new gas cap. I go, oh, really? A new gas cap is going to help my car run better? He goes, yeah, that's all you need. It's sucking in oxygen. Oh, okay. Put a new gas cap on, drove 2 miles, still doing the same thing, brought it back. I said, I need somebody to drive my car now. The service manager got in there, drove it, came back, said, yeah, it's your catalytic converter. Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, here's my dilemma is I went up there 2 days ago, talked to the service manager.
What do you want from them? What do you want?
I want them to cover that $1,700, part of that $1,700 I had to spend because it was originally the catalytic converter causing the problem.
Now, if that's true, how many miles on this car?
142,000.
Well, then you're going to have a problem because it could also be both. It could have been both. Now, we're never going to know this. But here's what I would do if I were them. I mean,
did have a second opinion. I had a second opinion.
What's that?
For the catalytic converter. I had a second opinion for the catalytic converter.
But you let them do the
another dealership.
You let them do the injectors.
No. Yeah, because according to them, that was the only thing.
I know. I get you. Greg, I understand exactly what you're saying. What I am saying is, it is possible that those injectors really needed work done. It's possible at 140,000 miles, and it also needed cat work. What I'm saying is, it may not be a complete cheat. Now, you said it needed a cat, and you had a second opinion. Well, if that was the case, why did you let him do it? If you had two opinions saying it needed a cat and one opinion saying you needed injector work, why did you go with the one opinion and not the two?
Because it was going to be over $4,000 for a catalytic converter.
Okay, so you chose to take a gamble on the lower cost work on the hopes it would take care of it. But how is that? Listen, I'm not sticking up for Grand, but how is that their problem if they tried to fix it? You got what you paid for, and it wasn't the cheaper solution. And how do we go back in time and prove at 140,000 miles that you did not need the injectors. Now, a good compromise would be if they would give you that job at cost. Did you ask them about that? So you just say, listen, can you just...
I did not.
What's that?
I did not ask them.
Did you
about
ask them for
getting
anything on it? Did you say anything?
Yes,
Did you...
I wanted the whole. I said yes. I want $1,700 back.
No, you're not going to get it.
Oh,
you're just not going to get it. Okay.
Well, no. Don't you do a test drive after? Don't you do a test drive after you fix a car?
Sometimes.
I think it would be good for small claims court. Let a judge decide.
That would be a good one too. Listen,
the
Greg,
mileage-
I'm not
the
entirely
mileage is the same,
Greg.
in and out.
I'm not entirely disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is
I understand.
because of the mileage, it's going to be difficult if they say, "Oh no, our diagnostics showed he needed injector work."
I can't believe you think these guys did this guy right.
I didn't say they did him right. I didn't. I
know.
said I don't know, and neither does he. It's very possible the injectors needed work at that mileage, but he also made a choice knowing that two people told him he needed a cat. He made a choice.
I think we should ask, and I'm being serious, we asked Kevin Calkin, I wonder if bad fuel injectors can cause a cat to go out, and I think I'm correct on that.
Well, let's find out. That's a good
I drove
idea.
the bad cat for a month. The mileage on the car is the same for in and out. They didn't even do a test drive.
But that's, although they should, they probably started it up. You don't really have to do a test drive. To be honest with you, Greg, they very seldom do test drives. They really do. The only time they do, they don't do it for liability reasons, and they don't have time. Test drives, they don't do. They usually put it on a scope or they start it up to make sure it's running right. The time they would do a test drive is if they had a ball joint problem or a problem where they want to make sure the ride is feeling good that you can't tell from running it. But hold on a second, Greg. I think Mark had a good idea. And it could be...
I think any drivability issue, most good shops are going to do a test drive afterwards.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is get Kevin Calkin on to give an opinion on a couple things. I have a couple questions for Kevin. For example, is it possible the bad injectors caused the cat to go out? Is it possible that you could have had both? Or is it unlikely, and what would cause the cat to go out if the injectors were perfect? I don't know. I mean, these are questions I just want to ask for peace of mind. 303-713-TALK. Do we have him on already? Kachina?
Yeah.
Do we have him? Kevin?
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Kevin
do.
Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. We have a real simple question. Is it possible... I just want to know, I'm not leading or baiting, I'm not going to tell you the whole problem, but is it possible... first of all, for injectors to need work, is it possible at 140,000 miles on a on a on a 2015 Kia?
Not likely, but
Okay,
possible,
so that's good. It's not likely, meaning those injectors should last well past 140,000 miles.
Yeah, the fuel qualities and everything today, the injectors rarely fail.
Okay, good. If they did fail, can they make a cat go bad?
If they're overfueling, absolutely. If you have a check engine light flashing while you're driving, and
But
you
if he didn't have a check engine light. Did you have a check engine light, Greg?
I did not. When the car started acting up with the cat, I did not get a check
Well, you
engine
say
light.
with the cat. Without prejudicing Kevin, what were your symptoms?
I couldn't get over the car wouldn't shift until I went into the manual shift, and then with high RPMs and trying to get it to shift into the next gear was impossible.
Kevin, would
And
that
it was
tell
50
you
miles
the
an
cat
hour.
was going bad? Because this is the thing Greg immediately thought
Sounds
of.
like it was plugged.
That thing seems more like a cat than injectors. Yes.
Okay, so Kevin, Greg is scoring 1,000 so far. So Greg was
No. The only part I'll disagree is if those injectors were overfueling, they could have took the cat out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you would have had a check.
I've been driving it that way for a month before I
But
took it
he
there.
said, Kevin said there would have been a check engine light if they were overfueling.
Oh.
Yeah, there
And,
was
and
no
Greg said there was no check engine light. So what we're to assume from what we're hearing, it's very likely the cat was going out. Now, is 140,000 miles likely a cat could go out?
It's conditions. If it's burning a little bit of oil, anything like that, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Is it more likely at 140,000 miles, is it more likely to be a bad injector or two, or is it more likely to be a cat?
That's a tough one. That's a coin toss. Yeah.
Here's what we're trying to figure out, Kevin. Let me just tell you what we're trying to figure out. He took his car in with drivability issues, could not go over 40, was losing power. They said you need work on your injectors. They did work on his injectors for $1,700. Then the car slowly got worse, and then they said you need a cat. Greg said, I told you I needed a cat from the beginning. So what would you say about that?
I think he's right.
Okay. So maybe small claims court, Greg, would be the way to go to tell these guys, look, you may have worked on my injectors, but I probably didn't need it. What I'd like to know is this, Greg. Why didn't you go right back when you noticed no difference after doing the injectors?
It's because of trying to get back and forth to work and trying to figure out a rental car and things like that.
But it must have been better. You did get over 40, though. You said when you brought it in, you couldn't go over.
It started out good for about 2 or 3 days, but I know I was just.
So let me ask you, Kevin, why would a bad cat, when he took it into the shop, why would a bad cat work for 2 or 3 days after they did the injectors?
That's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, that I couldn't explain.
And then he said there was no check engine light, guys. If that thing was running so bad, why wouldn't have a check engine light come on if that cat was so clogged?
There would have been check engine lights for misfires, drivability, cat, all kinds of things. So that's confusing with no light.
You see, Greg, here's the problem. Going back in time with a car, and Kevin, am I right or wrong? This is what I'm thinking. If he takes them to the small claims court, can't they say something like this? Look, it could have been injectors, it could have been the cat. We took the less expensive option, and you agreed with it because, and he even admitted that to us, that he didn't want to do the cat if he didn't have to. So he did the injectors, then it turned out to be the cat. Can't they make the argument that 140,000 miles, he could have needed both?
Yes.
Or
yes.
none.
And the one caused the other. Yes.
See, Greg, I just think it's not as clear cut as you think. He went in and said, I want my entire $1,700 back for the injector work, and I think it's unreasonable. I go back to my original. Now, I'm not saying they were right, by the way, but I don't think you can get your entire $1,700 back. What I would do is ask them if they could at least give it to you at cost.
That would be great. I'm not, I started at 1,700, but if I could get half of that even, or
ask them. I don't know, Mark. I don't know, Kevin. What do you think the markup is on that? If they had to replace one injector and work on the rest. How many injectors on that vehicle?
4. Should be 4.
Okay, so it's just a 4-cylinder, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So is $1,700 to replace one and work on the other 3? Is that expensive?
Well, there's really no work to be done to them. You replace them or clean them. I mean,
did they replace all 4?
No, they replaced one and repaired. I have the actual invoice in front of me. They replaced 4, and they and put ejector O-ring kit, a washer injector bracket, and AM injector.
So is that seems like a lot of money for 4, $1,700.
It does. That seems a little.
You know what, Greg? Maybe you were entirely screwed here, but man, I'm going to tell you, call them right now and just ask them for an adjustment. Tell them you talked to another mechanic.
Yeah, I did talk to him, but he's supposed to call me back at 10 o'clock yesterday. I'll have an answer for you at 10 o'clock yesterday.
Well, if you don't get a call today, call us back, but call them back and say, look, I'm looking for an adjustment on the injector work because it was questionable.
Or maybe let's have a deputy reach out now. It might be a good time because they haven't called him back yet.
Okay, let's give it to Deputy, let's see, we gave Chopper that other one. Let's give this to, how's that?
Bo?
Yeah, let's do that. 303-713-TALK, 713-825.
Bo's been kicking ass.
Yeah, got more right after this.
And then when we come back, can we scrape Doreen off?
From the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor.
No, he did a background check.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Order a biggie bag at Wendy's today.
Starting on the south end of town, an earlier accident on I-25 northbound after Arapahoe Road has traffic picking back up from Dry Creek Road, hopefully healing back to highway speeds within the next few minutes or so. Heading east of DIA, I-70 eastbound stop-and-go traffic through ongoing road work between Tower Road and E470. E470 northbound slow between Colfax and 56th. Due to ongoing construction as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a hot one out there today, folks. Mostly sunny skies. High 95 this afternoon. Overnight low of 60. Things cooling down a little bit tomorrow with a high of 85 p.m. thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 87 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you think of your go-to meal, what do you think of? Because if it's not the Wendy's Biggie Bag with your choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink, Wendy's Biggie Bag hits every time. So stop by and grab your ride or die meal. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Right now you might be thinking, is it a good time to sell? Can I buy something else? What is going on in the market? Frank Duran does free analyses of your home and what you want to sell, what you want to buy. It's free. It's totally complimentary, but it is thorough. If you want to learn about your house, the comps, the neighborhood, interest rates, and how they impact your house, give them a call, 303-920-1622. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Dan McKenzie is an estate attorney. He'll help you plan a simple will, a trust, or a complicated irrevocable trust, whatever it is. He has ways that will help you to pass on your business, the things you own, and even control to some extent what your heirs do with them. Or you may want something just super simple. Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law, he's someone we know and trust, and he will give you the personalized attention you want. 833-CO-PLANS is the phone number, 833-CO-PLANS.
That's awfully good, man. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Yep.
Whatever happened to RKC?
RKC Automotive. I don't know. No clue, bud.
Well, Liz left, and I'm wondering, did they cancel or what?
I have no idea.
Huh.
They must have. Ask Jess. You want me to ask her?
Yeah. Thanks. Do that.
Hey, last year, the highest paid actor in the world, billions of dollars, President Zelensky.
That's pretty good, buddy.
Yep. You thought it'd be Tom Cruise only because he made $100 million last year. That's nothing.
I like Tom Cruise.
I hate how much I like Tom Cruise.
I know, man. The guy doing all his own fucking stunts, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Did you see that motorcycle one in that last big blockbuster where he went off and then the parachute? He did that.
I know.
I mean, I'd do it, but that's
one where
not...
he broke his ankle in that one movie and then kept going. Good golly.
Can you imagine the insurance policy
He
those movie
he
guys
learned how to
have on
fly
him?
a helicopter for a movie.
He's incredible.
The kind
Not
of
to
guy,
mention his religious beliefs
the
are
kind
awesome.
of guy you love
Awesome.
to hate.
Liking him is about the 7th gayest thing I do.
Yep.
Further up the list are liking Maroon 5 and making candles.
I've never liked Maroon 5.
I know.
They're awesome.
I don't.
Nor have I ever made my own candles.
I like vanilla. There, I've said it.
I like vanilla ice cream, vanilla bean in general.
I like vanilla ice. Ice, baby.
I love vanilla ice.
Didn't he get hung off of a balcony by, it wasn't Dr. Dre, it was at Suge Knight, yeah.
Don't know.
So
he does.
I'll tell you this, he was on In Living Color.
Okay.
Who was?
Briefly?
Vanilla Ice.
Just
You
briefly.
mean like a regular or once in a while?
No, actually, they just made fun of him.
With that one guy?
Do 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 do. And it goes, I'm white and I'm paralyzed by it. And then they go and he accidentally kicks his shoe off. You know who it was? Who's that super lefty guy from Dumb and Dumber? It was him.
Yeah.
All right.
He was on Jim. What's his name? He was on In Living Color. He started there.
Yeah. He's getting slightly down to earth. Not
He's
a ton, but
I heard he was a bit crazy.
oh, completely.
What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Why are we forgetting?
God, I don't
Jim
know.
Carrey.
I
Yep.
see. It's like I
Thank
can
you,
tell
Kel.
why I'm doing it, but then you guys are catching it. I didn't know it
Yeah,
was
you're-
contagious.
No, you are a carrier.
Oh, okay.
Stand by.
Loan Corp is an equal housing lender. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Okay, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Doreen, Mark, did you do a check on this guy to find out why they're...
Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot about something. We did do a background check. I mean, I think he had a traffic violation or whatever, but the problem is I forgot Colorado changed it to where evictions either in process are 100% hidden, and then outside of that, most of them are hidden. So in other words, background checks don't show evictions anymore in Colorado.
And guess what else is changing?
What?
They will no longer show medical bill delinquencies on credit reports.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
And
that one I kind of agree with a little more than
that
the
was
other one. They're just going to chase every landlord out of this state. I mean, they're already doing a damn good job of it. So, and what's that going to do? That's going to make housing more expensive, which is exactly what they're trying not to do. It's just remarkable how stupid the people running Colorado are, honest to God.
But no more medical bills on credit reports. And, you know, I'm
not so sure I got a problem with that one.
I don't.
Because
I don't
it's
have
ridiculous.
a problem because, you know, people don't have a choice with that. If they're like screwing around with their credit cards and other stuff, that might be worth a ding on your credit. But my God, if you had to go in for needed surgery or something and didn't have the money, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a deadbeat.
I almost look at it a little different. Same thing as what you said, but if you go into XYZ hospital to get a colonoscopy and you have insurance, it's not going to cost you much at all. In fact, generally it won't cost you anything. It's part of your coverage. But if you don't have insurance and go in, instead of charging the insurance company $500 or $1,500 for the procedure, they come after you for $20,000. I mean, they deserve to get stuck occasionally.
No, you're right, because many times when they do go after collections, they're not. And first of all, what do you think about that? What do you think about having tiered pricing? Like you charge an insurance company for an MRI $600 or $700, and you charge a consumer $1,900. I mean,
I think it's absurd. Imagine if you walked into a restaurant, you go into Sizzler, and your steak is $10. I go in and it's $15 because you're driving a different vehicle.
Now,
I mean,
here's
there's
the
no
deal.
sense to it.
The reasoning behind it was that insurance companies will generate a lot of business, therefore they get a discount, whereas people walking in off the street don't deserve it. And I think that whole system is just wrong when it comes to health care. I don't want to get into it right now, but I could make an argument why health insurance and insurance in general, just insurance, should not be a for-profit business. There's a reason for it. And don't think I'm a communist, I'm not. There's a very specific reason. It actually cuts down on free enterprise, does not encourage it. Because they are not, the insurance companies are not providers. The providers are the doctors and the nurses and the clinics, or in car insurance, or in any kind of insurance. The providers are the people doing the work, and then the consumers are the ones paying for it. But the insurance companies are inserted in the middle. And when you have a profit motive in the middle, no matter what, it either takes away from the supplier or it takes away from the consumer. There's no mathematically.
Besides the Kaiser way, we've had this conversation a lot, and I agree with you in theory, but there has to be that middleman. There still has to be an insurer.
Well,
so
yes,
how would that work?
There is a middleman with Kaiser. What I mean by that is this, is that what happened with insurance is they stepped in and did something called managed care. Let's take the coding off of managed care, okay? Now, we can make the argument that some doctors had to be managed because they took advantage of insurance, but that's in every industry. Let's talk about the real reason there is managed care. What they really mean is managed claims. It's just a fancy word for reducing the amount of the claims. That's what they mean by managed care. Now, to some extent, do I think that needs to be done? Sure, maybe it does. But it should be done by supplier and consumer. That's what free enterprise does. It shouldn't be done by an insurance company that wants to what? They're not doing it to reduce cost. They're not even doing it to increase profit of the supplier. See, I have no problem with supply and demand and products and consumers setting prices through free enterprise. But here, there is a third party, and they're in the middle. So for them to set prices either takes away from one or the other or both. And most of the time, it's both. And so they set the prices. There's nothing wrong with having insurance if it's nonprofit, because then there is no motive to cut back on care. The way you would choose between a Kaiser, which is nonprofit, and let's say another new company that comes up that's nonprofit, is who has the best longevity rates, lowest fatality rates, the best health rates, who is keeping people healthier. It's not who will pay me more of a dividend on my stock in an insurance company. It's just counterintuitive, in my opinion. It's absolutely counterintuitive. It really is not free enterprise, and it's just the opposite. It actually controls the costs and controls the purchase. And why? So they can make more profit. And that's the only thing there is profit. So insurance companies are marketing profit. They're not marketing healthcare. They're not marketing anything but profit. They are inserted in the middle. I think there is a need for insurance. But of all industries in the entire world, it's one that I do not believe should be profit-centric. I'm not saying the people who run it shouldn't be paid well. I'm not saying agents shouldn't be paid well. Everyone should be paid, every single person. But there's no reason to have stockholders or the president of some giant insurance company making money off of someone else's problems.
Then what's your thoughts on a hospital?
Well, hospitals are great because
or a group of doctors. No, I'm talking for profit.
Mark, nothing's wrong with that because you have a supplier and you have a consumer. So if consumers pick a doctor and they don't like the prices, they can pick another doctor or another hospital, and hospitals would compete and doctors would compete. Now
It's not that simple because most hospitals are making their money off of accidents, and it's not like you're going to go, hey, I just came out of a car wreck, bring me over to this one.
All I'm saying is the comparisons I'm making are between consumers and suppliers. Insurance companies are inserted in the middle. There is nothing wrong with profit from anyone, but why have a third person making a profit at the expense of the supplier and the consumer? That is what not makes sense. And they're offering nothing. Zero. They're offering nothing.
How about home insurance? Isn't it the same way then?
I think it's exactly, I said the one industry in the world that I believe should be nonprofit, and I don't mean people don't make money, I just mean should be nonprofit, are companies that attempt to insert themselves and make money off the misery of others by reducing what they get. It's never by increasing what they get. It's always by reducing. And reducing hurts both the supplier and the consumer. Both. It's counter free enterprise.
Now,
Awesome.
traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's.
A couple road projects throughout the Denver Metro, slowing down drivers. We'll start over on the east end of town, I-70 eastbound between Tower Road and E470. Construction slowing with about a 5-minute delay. Just east of there, ongoing road work, E470 northbound between 38th Place and 56th Avenue. Heading to the south end of town, some road work, Santa Fe southbound between I-25 and West Florida Avenue. About 2 minutes or 3 minutes of delays for our late morning commuters. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies, about 95 high today, nice and warm out there. Overnight low of 60. Tomorrow cooling down a bit with a high of 85 with PM thunderstorms. Current temperature in Denver is 87 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Wolf down a Big Mac and thought, I could use some extra
Dang it, I put the pause in the wrong spot. Hang on. Mark's asking me to play some.
cards for getting your daily coffee or
right now
effortlessly. Just link a card, shop, and watch rewards stack. With Drop, it's like getting paid to indulge. Download Drop now and start earning. Use the
Here you go.
22 for $5 in points instantly.
All right, we just heard from Kevin Calkin, who weighed in on one of our auto questions. He does it all the time. He's our expert, and he can be your expert, and you can trust him. They even do pre-buy inspections for used cars. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242, 455-7242. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. QC Colorado is the best investment I ever made in my house when it comes to buying something like an appliance or fixing something. You know, of course, we all need heat and we need air and we need water. I'm not saying you don't need those things, but as far as payback, there's nothing better than the QC Whole House fan, QCColorado.com. I put it in my house and immediately saw savings in my air conditioning. In fact, not only am I saving on my air conditioning, but think about this. My air conditioner is working way less, so it'll last way longer. I never even considered those savings. QCColorado.com, they still have plenty of openings in their schedule. It just takes a few hours to have it installed, and then you have a lifetime of savings. It's true. It keeps all the temperatures in your home even, and it helps your air conditioner work less by destratifying the air, and it's silent, no wiring needed, remote controlled. 303-800-3419, 303-800-3419, QCColorado.com.
Thank you.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it. All right, stop. While I do up my laces.
Is that Jim Carrey?
This kind of thing happens.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta learn how to tie a bow. What's your real name? Robert Van Winkle. Why did you change? Nothing rhymes with Winkle. Pump. Oh yeah. I'm white and I'm capitalizing on a trend that's currently rising. Mix it with Curly and Larry and Moe. Whoop 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 whoop. Hey yo, when's it gonna stop? Maybe never. I become richer with every endeavor. I'm living large and my bank is stupid, cause I just listen to real rap and stupid. He's white, baby. So very white, baby. Extremely white, baby.
Okay, I'm going to get my guy on here. Where the hell is he?
You say you're calling a guy?
I am calling him right now. For my...
All right. Very nice.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Hold on, I have permission for him. I just want to get him on.
Sure.
Well, he's not answering, but Right on.
Right, hello?
Yeah, Steve.
Hello?
Steve, can you hold on? I'll come right to you. We only have a couple minutes, but we'll hit that.
I'm in they might call me in this via...
No, that's okay. Then just hang up if you have to, but I'll take you as soon as in a few minutes here, and then we'll try to hit it later. So can you hold?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to, after the appointment, because there's
that's
a lot
good.
to talk about.
All right.
You want me to just call back when there's more time?
Okay, let's do that then. Okay, if you feel more comfortable doing that. All right.
Well, I can do it, but it's hard to rush this.
Okay, we'll just do it later.
I want to plug Best Way Insulation.
All right, just
'cause they
text.
did a really good job.
Text me later, then we'll do it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, man. Bye.
I thought I was stabbed in the butt, but it was a toilet paper cut.
What?
What the hell?
Ding, 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 ding.
That is a catchy tune, man.
Okay.
Hey, babe.
Is he talking to you, Tom?
Yeah, he is. I'm sorry. Yes, Mark.
You guys are funny.
Reach a little further, please.
Hey,
Too late.
come on now.
Now,
I'm Tom Martino. Let's talk to Eric Reinemer, Atlas CPAs and Financial Advisors. And so, Eric, on the tax thing, okay? I just want to ask this. This is not a text. I have some text questions, but we may not have time for those right now. What is the number one mistake people are making on taxes? I think I know. They don't make their quarterlies, right? They don't make their estimated payments. Is that one of the most common ones, you think, or what?
Yeah, they just get late or spaced out and get a letter and realize they're in a jam.
So if you don't make quarterly estimates and you're self-employed, you're going to end up most of the time with a penalty. Is that right?
Correct.
So the estimates, people misunderstand this. If you pay too much, you'll get it back, right? It's not like you're paying it and kissing your money goodbye.
Yeah, usually it's just having the discipline to get it paid in quarterly to avoid getting dinged with penalties and interest.
And they're based on the prior year, generally.
Yeah, you can do the safe harbor thing.
Which avoids penalties, right?
It avoids penalties if your income is going up and you pay in what you owed the year before.
Now,
that's all you have to pay.
Now, there is a rub. There is a rub to it, Tom.
What is it?
Well, the rub is sometimes that penalty is so small compared to what that money could have made you.
Let's talk about that coming up. We don't have time right now, but let's bring that up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255. I wonder, is that true?
Well, no, the problem is the interest rate has gone, they're charging 8.5% interest
But
now.
when do they charge the interest? From when? Since it's a whole year.
From from the quarter in which you were short.
So they have to figure that out.
They have to know it or just be in the safe harbor.
Okay.
But let's say there's no. Let's say someone owes $100,000, to use a round number, or $100, whatever, and they do not do quarterly, and they pay it all by April 15th, or if it's they pay it all on time. So how much out of that $100,000, using that example, would they end up paying in penalties?
They'll go back and say you should have paid 25%, which is $25,000 by
quarter.
April 15th,
Yep.
and they'll start the 8.5% interest clock going back to April 15th
Of that previous year.
of that particular previous year.
So that once again, how much if they paid everything they owed by April 15th, the due date, but never paid anything? Right. How much would the penalties be? Is what I'm asking.
It would probably end up being about a 20% interest rate when you combine the penalty and the interest. It's probably about 20% right now.
So on top.
Oh my God! I didn't realize it was anywhere near that high.
Yeah, but Mark, 2 years ago the interest rate was 2%. Now it's approaching 9%.
Oh, that's why then.
That's the kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right,
It's
because
a federally set rate is based on the percentage rate. It moves along with Treasury bonds.
Got it.
Yeah.
You can go to referrallist.com. That'll help.
That's the problem, is the rising interest rates.
But theoretically, what Mark is saying is if you put it in a T-bill all
All
year,
right, thank
you're
you.
going to keep. You're going to. I mean, there's no reason to, but you'd keep pace.
No,
with it.
but you're going to come behind because there's a penalty on top of the interest. It's like a
Okay.
double whammy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice water? That's good water. I'm serious.
From who again? Who's your source?
Paul, the waterman, Water Pros. It's good stuff. I'll be right back. Probably junk up my body with coffee.
Be no less
Supposed to drink 2 of these a day, Tom. You got to hydrate. You got to.
Oh, I know.
sent us
A
his
book? Wants to be on. Oh, God.
He wants us to promote his book. He even sent a letter with $100 in it to Brown.
Wow.
Brown's lawyer sent something back and said, "Don't." You know how highly illegal this is?
Does he not know that he doesn't do interviews?
Not an interview. No, he just wants us to promote the talk about the book on air.
Oh.
You cannot.
Oh, my God. Talk
Cannot
about losing all credit.
I realize you're extremely busy. Am I? I would like to hire you as my literary agent. All you need to do is simply read the book. If it makes sense to you and you agree to that it needs to be read by others, then as my agent, you will be entitled to 15% of all net proceeds. What the hell? As far-fetched as it may sound, I can assure you it will be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Once you read the book, if you want to proceed, you can draw up the paperwork. God. I would like to hire you as my literary agent. All you need to do is simply read the book. If that makes sense to you and agree that it needs to be read by others, then my agent, as my agent, you will be entitled to 15% of all net proceeds.
Wow.
The hell, bro?
Oh, my God. What the hell is the book about? Why does he want Michael to be his literary agent?
It is a question as old as mankind itself. Why are we here? Unfortunately, we live in a world where it is becoming increasingly more difficult to know who to trust, who and what to believe.
Oh, good Lord.
Is there a way on here where I should? Is there a mute button like you have in the studio, just to make sure I don't do something
No,
strange?
I have it over here. When that red light's on, you're muted.
It makes sense to seek out its source.
I'm copying you in something, Miles. Jesus Christ, Thomas.
Online people, they're hearing behind the scenes.
Okay, yeah, hard pass.
Over the air, hear the
And it has nothing to do with the fact that it's, you know,
and the internal dialogue.
not really done.
I'm begging you to
There's
read the
nothing
book.
private.
It can be read in a few
You're on
hours.
the air.
Dude, I am extremely slow reader.
Are you sure that it's not Todd?
No, his name's Kingsley.
This would be something that Todd would do.
Let's get the left.
Yeah,
Except he'd be
that's
sending
fine.
it to Martino.
Your Christian brother and concerned patriot.
Okay.
You sent me a 4-page letter to go along with the book. And I don't even want to read the 4-page letter.
That would be a big, you know, toss it.
Thomas Davis should show it off to Michael.
Aww.
But he sent it straight to just me.
He loves you.
I don't care.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the
Tom, look at that email.
I'm sorry, what?
Cheeseburger!
Oh, gosh, I can barely hear you. We have a hugely bad connection, Bo.
Hugely. Bigly. Bigly.
It's Bigly. I like that.
Do you have a, let me think about this. Do you have me on speakerphone? That's actually better. Okay, Bo, hold on for me. Which one of is this update on?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I can hear you. All right, hang on, and they'll be with you right after the break, okay? Hang on. Yep, I can hear you.
Can you?
I could, finally. I don't know what the hell was wrong with this phone to begin.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We're here with Eric Reinemer from Atlas CPAs and Advisors. They do all of my work and love having them on the show as well. And then also, we were talking before the break on paying quarterlies. Now, these are mainly for people who are self-employed, or you might have a business on the side along with your employment, but these are for situations, whether you have W-2 or not, where you're not having enough withdrawn. Now, if you're a W-2 employee and have work on the side, you can even be hit with penalties, right, for not paying the proper tax. Is that right, Eric? Yeah. Everyone has to pay into the government a certain amount, or you're penalized. Is that right?
That's right.
You can't put the mic closer, but you can't simply decide to pay it before April 15th.
No, it's all about what did you owe over the year and did you pay it in timely?
Right. Now, let's say you have a W-2 job, either self-employed and you pay yourself W-2 or with someone else W-2. That has nothing to do, I mean, many times that could be all the tax you will owe, but if you have other income, you have to be absolutely sure, especially people with sub-S corporations or sole proprietorships, they have to make sure that they pay in an estimated amount or be penalized. And Mark brought up something, and he said...
Well, wait, hold on, though. Eric, just from what he just said, on a W-2 employee, how about if the W-2 employee tells his employer, I've got 20 kids or 20 exemptions, and they barely withhold anything, but then at the end of the year, of course, he makes whatever, I'll use the same figure, $100,000. Do they get penalized as well?
They will totally get penalized. If you mess up and don't have enough withheld, then you're screwed. You're going to be underpaid.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're a sole proprietor or W-2 or anybody. It was my only point.
No, that's a good point. So no matter what, if you don't pay in at least how much, 100% of the previous year?
Yeah. Well, it's 100. Let's just say 100% in general. But there's another group that's getting in trouble is people that have investments or even get Social Security and don't have it withheld. They can end up getting whacked at the end of the year. Even retired people with a bunch of investments, those have to be paid in over the year too.
Now, how about, Eric, and I know the answer to this, but explain this to people. How about like if you work all year, but let's say third quarter is where you make all your money. I don't care if it's a retail store or someone that only works in the third quarter. Let's say once again you make $100,000 in a year, but 90 of it was made in the fourth quarter. You can actually go to your accountant and they can file the correct paperwork to where you won't have to pay the quarterly for that until it actually happens instead of being spread out throughout the year, right?
That's right. There's an extra form you can fill out to state when you earn the money over the year, if it's worth it to do that, to not get penalized.
Yeah, and for let's say places that do a big Christmas business, you know, I mean that would be only in the fourth quarter. So you're only. Here's your penalty. Your penalty is based on when the tax would have been owed, and for how long it wasn't paid.
From whenever it was earned, right?
Right. from when it was.
And Eric brought something up crazy, because back in the day, I remember I didn't make quarterlies like in 2016 or 17. I just totally forgot. I mean, I just didn't make them. So I go to pay my tax bill, and I had to pay the interest and stuff. And it was so small, I was like, why would I ever pay quarterlies? Because I could have, if I did pay quarterlies, I could have simply invested that money and made more than what the penalty was. But then Eric explained why now is different.
High interest rates that the feds are charging. Yep.
Yep, back then, Tom, 2%, 2%. So you figure, once again, I'll use $100,000. You only have to pay $2,000, and you get to keep the $100,000 for the year and a quarter. And you could easily make $2,000 off $100,000. But now you're talking big dollars because you're 7, 8, 9%.
And that's, you're right, because it's based on the federal rates. So the whole idea is to pay quarterly. I mean, that would be the safe haven, as they call it, meaning you don't pay penalty, but you still pay interest or not? Do you pay interest?
Sure, you pay interest.
So if you don't make if you paid in 100% of the previous year, do you still pay interest if you owe more?
It depends on if you paid it in evenly over the year or not. You can't just pay it all on January 15th.
Right.
You have to have paid it in evenly over
So
the year.
let's say you make quarterly payments, 100% of the previous year, and you did it quarterly. You won't be penalized, but if you end up owing more than the previous year, you will pay interest on that more?
No, if you're in the safe harbor and you've paid in the 100%, then you can come to April and owe $1 million, and there is no interest because you're cool. That's the whole thing. Because the government knows you'll never know by January 15th what your taxes are. So if you've paid in 110%, if you're a high earner, and then owe $1 million on April 15th, there's no penalty.
All right, should it be then? Okay, is it 110 or is it 100?
If your income is over $200,000, I think it is, then it's 110%. So it's better to be safe.
Okay.
And if you have rising income, pay in 10% on top of what you owed last year.
Okay,
that's
got
the
it.
safest safe harbor.
All right, now let's go to Reggie, who has a question. Reggie, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Reggie. What's going on?
I have a relative who recently passed intestate.
Okay.
And
what kind of relative is it? Is it a close relative?
Yeah, brother.
Okay, his brother. Okay, go ahead. Your brother?
And so I'm in the process. We went to, or at least are in the probate process, and I have yet to be named as the personal representative.
Well, how many siblings are there altogether?
Just me.
So it's just you and him, and your parents aren't alive?
That's correct.
Does he have a wife or kids?
No.
Did he ever have a wife or kids?
Yeah, his wife passed some years ago.
And what about any biological children?
None.
Oh. So then you are next in line, it sounds like.
Yeah. I just haven't gotten the papers.
But no one
from the
names
court.
you. You name yourself. What do you mean? Who are you waiting to name you?
Well, apparently I need papers from the court saying, okay, Reggie can get his, bank accounts and.
No, that's not true at all, Reggie. Reggie, that's not true at all. Nothing is going to happen automatically. Nothing.
Well, not automatically, but I'm in the probate process.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that part. You said, here's what you do. First of all, you have a death certificate, right?
Correct.
How much does your brother have in his entire estate?
Let's say pretty close to $750,000.
Okay. Then you go beyond the small affidavit. What you need to do is file probate. Did you open probate?
Yes.
Did you do it alone or with an attorney?
An attorney.
And your attorney should tell you this should only take a few months. I mean, so when was it opened?
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay, well, my God. It's going to be about 2 or 3 months.
Okay, but my question is this. His house is in a hot part of Denver. And so I've been contacted by, I'll call them developer types, where they say, we'll offer you this, we'll clean the house out, no commissions paid, whatever. And so my question is, should I
beware of that, man.
But hold
Just
on, Reggie.
beware.
Reggie, what was your question?
So should I get a real estate agent or go with these guys?
All right, hold on. You never just go with people who call you and offer you stuff. But Reggie, hold on a sec. You don't have the power to do anything right now. You understand that, right?
I understand that. Yes.
Okay. So here's what you do. If you have a home, you call Frank Duran, the real estate man, for an honest-to-God evaluation with no obligation whatsoever. Okay? And you say, Frank, I need to know what this is worth, either as a sale, for the lot, for the redevelopment value, whatever. What is it worth? And then let him give you an honest-to-God opinion. He won't charge you a dime. Then if somebody wants to buy it, it's all about the money. But then I would have at least an attorney like Bradley O'Brien at O'Brien Legal Services. I would have Brad at least look over the paperwork to make sure that it's legal and you're not being screwed. And don't ever, I'm going to tell you this right now, a blanket statement, don't ever finance it, ever. You have them pay you real money.
I'd have Frank list it, man. I'd call up Frank Duran and just have him deal with whoever. It doesn't matter if they're investment guys or the neighbors or whoever. Have
That's
him
true.
sell it.
Then he can handle it all. But what I meant, Mark, was not that you don't do that, but first, get an evaluation so you at least know the ballpark you're talking about. Hey, Reggie, and also here's another thing, okay? Not to screw Frank out of anything. He's a great guy. But if Frank does an evaluation and say, you know what, Reggie, this is worth $1 million, and these guys are offering you $1 million, then Frank can help you with the transaction broker thing, or you can go to the attorney. There's no reason to pay a full commission on that if you're going to get what it's worth. The only time, I mean, use common sense. Now, what I'd like to know is, what part of town? I'm just curious.
Bonnie Brae.
Wow. That is a hot part of town. So,
yes.
Wow, what part? What part? You don't have to give me the street. What part?
Oh, near Mississippi and University.
Okay, less so than if it was nearer to the Ellipsis Park, but it's still a good area, really good area. That's almost like between Wash Park and Bonnie Brae, right? That's a good area. You don't want to be too close. Yeah. You don't want to be too close to University. And what size house?
Oh, around 1,200 square feet.
So they want to knock it down. They'll
scrape it and build it 3 stories and make it beautiful, but that it's still worth a fortune, man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So, Reggie, start with Frank. You won't go wrong. I'm telling you. And then find out what it's worth. But watch out for these infillers, because what they want to do is steal it from you, okay? That's what they want to do. I mean, they want to make as much money as possible. What were you? Let me ask you. Did they offer you anything so far? Have you gotten any offers, or did they give you a hint? Give me a hint.
565 was the top so far.
565. I think. Yeah, it could be not much more, but okay, that's not bad. That's not terrible, because we're talking about a lot, really. But it might be worth a little more. Right. It really depends on right where it is, but I don't want to know that on the air. So thank you for calling.
Will know it.
Frank Duran will know everything. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Thank you. Okay, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will
just over 10 seconds here, buddy. We've got Fuller on the phone.
explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
You know, I use Frank Duran. I use John Fuller. Let's talk about personal injury now, then we'll talk about real estate. But John Fuller is our expert not just on the actual accidents, what people's rights are, what they can do to help themselves, what he can do to help them get the damages they deserve. But sometimes there's something in the law that either helps or hinders, and he keeps track of that too. So, John, let's talk about the new damage caps in Colorado. What does it mean for the consumer, for your clients?
Yeah, great. So, listen, for years and years, we've been complaining that the caps in Colorado were old. They've not been updated on a frequent enough basis to keep track with inflation and the cost of living and just life in general. And finally, we've succeeded in getting the governor to sign a new bill into law this year where the caps are going up. But I'm here to tell you, they are incredibly complicated in how you figure out which caps apply to any particular case. And one of the two major dates that come into play, and I'm not going to try to bore you with calculating it out on the air, but the two major dates are when the accident occurred and when you file the lawsuit. And it may be the case that if you don't file it by a particular date, the caps that apply to that case actually go down for the remainder of the time that the case is unfiled, meaning not yet filed into litigation. So it's incredibly complicated, but it's important to know that when you or a family member are in an accident that is a catastrophic accident where caps may be an issue in the case, it's very, very important that you contact me right away so that we can establish exactly which dates and deadlines apply to your case so that you can maximize the recovery that you and your family may be able to get.
You know, that's well put. You need to know the deadlines because it could cap your costs even more if you're not timely. John Fuller keeps all track of this stuff for you. 303-597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co. 303-597-4500. Hey, I mentioned Ideal Home Loans with the interest rate guarantee. That's because they're the only ones that do it. So if you need a loan, if you're looking at a home, and or you want to refi to get rid of some high interest debt because now credit cards are higher than ever, you can call Ideal and get the interest rate guarantee when you get your loan, and that's 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. K&H Home Solutions has everything you want on the outside of your house. They have window siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, especially when it comes to the outside of your house, including roofing. And they have such wonderful windows. These windows are made right here in Colorado. They're an exclusive dealer for the Alpine window. And that window is a thermally insulated fiberglass frame and wonderful glass units that have one of the highest insulating factors in the entire industry. KHWindows.com, 303-421-7100, 421-7100.
Hi, Donnie. I'm not comparing myself at all to the two-time Super Bowl winning Drill David.
Sure.
But we've got somebody in the building.
Probably.
So is Lip working or not? Is she still?
She's just wrapping up a few final client projects, but she's trying to really hang up her spurs now. She's not. Which program? Well, there's QuickBooks Online. I wasn't clear that she was doing that.
Hey, Mark. Mark? I want to know that. Yeah, she said it's way better for us because it tracks better. And I thought she had already checked with you guys. Mark?
10 seconds, guys.
K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Deputy Bo called for Greg. He called Kia, Grand Kia. Greg's, it's very easy. I don't know if Greg has a big case here, but here's what happened. He took his 2015 Kia Soul, 140,000 miles to Grand Kia. It was losing power. And he said he needed work on, they said he needed work on the fuel injectors. He had suspected that it was the cat, but he said he'd go for the injectors because it was cheaper. After they did the work, he still had the problem. They eventually said he needs a cat. Now he says, wait a minute, I want a credit for the work they did on the injectors. And I said, I'm not sure you're going to get all of that back, but it was overpriced for sure, according to our expert. Bo, what did they say?
Oh, ain't here.
He's not there?
We're trying to get him back. We're trying to get him back right now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm not going to explain the whole thing when we get him back, but I'm just wondering what the hell is going on with that case. 303-713-8255, and we're happy to talk.
We got him.
Okay, Bo. We have him? Good. Let's put him up there. Go ahead, Bo.
Hi, Tom. I was able to call the Grand Kia in Thornton.
Yeah.
And they were a lot more responsive, good company, a lot better than dealing with Camping World, I can say that. I was able to get a hold of the right people. The service manager said that Mr. Greg did bring the car in and they did a diagnostic, and they said there were no catalytic converter codes, but the number one cylinder was not firing, so that's why they did the injectors. But I told him the situation that about the catalytic converter, and that Greg did go to some other dealerships to have it checked out. So,
but Grand Key is the one that did his cat, just so you know.
I don't think you had the catalytic converter done, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought, okay.
Because they quoted him $4,000 and it was just too expensive. So
I might have misunderstood him then. Okay, now that he has to buy a cat, he wants credit for their injectors. What did they say?
Okay, they were very nice about it. They said they were willing to split the difference and give Greg an $850 refund on the bill for the injectors.
Well, that's really good.
I thought that was very fair because apparently the number one cylinder was not firing properly.
No, I think that's wonderful. Yep, for sure. I would say that deserves... Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
They get my dinger for sure.
And they were able to, they called me right back, and they were very responsive. And so I told Greg he could go up to the dealership with his credit card, and they'll run him an $850 credit today.
That's wonderful. Man, Bo, thank you very much for that, because that's pretty cool. That's better than nothing, right? And they were willing to compromise, plus he had some work done anyway, so good. Thank you very much. And now we're going to go to another deputy, Deputy Chopper. He called about NextGen. Now this is a little more complicated. We got a couple calls plus some texts and other inquiries about NextGen. I don't know who NextGen is, but they do, I guess, Marvin windows and doors, and apparently they're doing a pretty piss-poor installation. If I can say piss-poor on the air, I think I can. And I said, just call over there and see what the hell's going on. Deputy Chopper, what did they say?
Well, they are a window and door company that covers Colorado Springs and Fort Collins. I called and talked to their central dispatch. Well, first of all, I called Kendra and talked to her and saw what the situation was on her sliding door. And then I called NextGen and talked to Claudia, their head dispatcher, and worked out for Kendra to call them immediately, and they will send a service person and give it another try. What we didn't get on the air was, this is 6 months between when she said there was cold air coming through and now. So there hasn't been a service call in 6 months. So I kind of was thinking that we should give them one more try
to
fix it and see what happens, and Kendra will get back with me. I did confront her, the dispatcher, saying, are you having problems? I don't know if she'd tell me the truth. But she says, no, we haven't heard anything. And I said, well, we have. And I said, I would suggest you listen to the show because we're getting problems on you, and I want to hold you to this and see what you do for Kendra.
Yeah, it was Joe who bought a Marvin Windows. He bought Infinity and had them installed.
I think, yeah.
But that was 2 years ago, and he sent pictures. They're leaking like hell. I mean, that's a bad installation because they never really insulated around it right.
It seems to be their problem that they're not insulating the proper way around.
Or sealing, insulating and sealing, I think. So if you get to talk to them, it is the insulation and the sealing. And I'm just putting a warning out there for people if you deal with NextGen. The fact that we got 2 back-to-back and some others, I would not be in a hurry to do business with them right now unless they get their installations in order. And you always hear it first here. Yeah.
I agree with you, Tom. Tom, can I say one other thing?
Go ahead, sir.
Grand Kia up there in North Glen. I worked with them twice. They've always been very receptive to helping the customer when we call.
Good, excellent. But that's what Bo just found out. And
yes, I know.
There's something to be said about that they get back to us. They're cooperative and they help consumers. They're not jerks. That's good. I'm glad to hear that very much. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, denverregen.com. If you are looking for hair replacement, as well as, of course, stem cell therapy and weight loss through compounded semaglutide or tirzepatide, they do all of that. And they have a brand new process for hair regeneration you want to know about. denverregen.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Order a biggie bag at Wendy's today.
Your usual busy traffic for the beginning of the afternoon commute. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. 6th Avenue eastbound, some stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. North of there, I-70 westbound stop-and-go traffic between I-270 and York Street. I-70 eastbound to DIA, you're going to see busy driving starting at Peoria to Pena Boulevard. Only about a 2 or 3 minute delay. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies. It's a hot one out there today. High 95 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 60. Tomorrow cooling down a little bit with a high of 85 with PM thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 91 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you think of your go-to meal, what do you think of? Because if it's not the Wendy's Biggie Bag with your choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink, Wendy's Biggie Bag hits every time. So stop by and grab your ride or die meal. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Keel and Park are estate planning attorneys. That's Keel. and park with an E on the end of each of those. I love the way they do their practice. Here's what they do. They meet with you free of charge, go over your entire estate free of charge. That means a complimentary visit or Zoom or phone call with all of your particulars, what you own, what you have, your business, your fine art, your investments, and your wishes, your heirs, and all of that. And then trying to figure out what you want to do, they put together a plan and present you with flat rate pricing. That's it. If you decide to move forward, you know the exact price without nickel and diming. And all of it is complimentary to find out. So why wouldn't you call Keel and Park? 970-818-8198. That's 970-818-8198. lawkp.com. The Art of Granite. I'm telling you, they do more than granite. They do countertops and vanities and bar tops and backsplashes and windowsills and art niches, anything to do where you want the decor of natural stone. And here's what I love. Free materials if you pick from their remnants in the yard. That's right, they have plenty of remnants, including almost full slabs. So give them a call and get free materials. You only pay for fabrication and installation. And by the way, they will also do, of course, regular materials at wholesale if you can't find the remnant. 303-386-5919. Get a price on the phone. 303-386-5919. theartofgranite.com.
Melissa, okay. Have you called in before? Okay, is this a follow-up? Okay, and when did you call and what did you call about? About your, I'm sorry, one more time, about your neighbor?
Neighbor.
Department of Labor. Okay, 1 month ago. Department of Labor issue. All right, hang on for me, and they will be with you as soon as possible. I think she's drunk.
Oh, good. I like drunks. Drunks are good.
I don't know, but
Drunks are good.
good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Yes. I'm sorry, you're breaking up. I didn't hear. You're breaking up quite a bit. Hello? Yes, we heard you. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Fix your phone. That would be good.
Okay, she's using Zoho Books.
Books.
You've never heard of it? Jeez.
You should ask Libby about it. She's done that.
ZOHO Books. You might want to look it up. She says that it'll be complete by Monday the 17th.
Oh, it's so cool, man. It's got a customer portal. It's got everything.
So, Mark, it is popular, though, right? That maybe even though Eric doesn't know, his people will know it?
Well, actually, what's her name? Who does
Libby?
Suzanne deal with?
Libby?
Yeah, Libby knows of it for sure.
Okay, yeah, maybe she and Suzanne have talked. Would this be done retroactively to the first of the year or just starting now?
Well, actually, how we're doing the books, it'll be pretty much all of last year imported and all of this year.
Okay, so to import,
And that's simply, if someone wants, if Joe Blow wants an invoice from, October 2023, they're going to be able to log into the portal and get it because these guys are importing all that.
Cool.
But that's the main thing. It's purely 100% automatic billing, and the customer can do, they can update their own credit card. They can do everything we do manually now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Did you find it, Mark?
Yeah, I looked at about 5 or 6. Soon as TSN's done, referral list is next, and then major radio, And the little ones I don't care about. They're fine. We don't have to mess with those.
10 seconds.
I'm wondering if I should do my fund on it. No, I
BureauResDenver.com.
probably-
Take advantage of these huge savings.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Melissa, what's going on with you, Melissa? What's happening? I think you had called before. I'm looking for your original call.
Yes, I have. And
what? I'm looking at the, okay, unemployment. It was unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
You applied for unemployment benefits in February. The state
And
put...
now I've been denied altogether.
They said they put you on what was called an integrity hold, and they said there was something was compromised possibly, and she was told that everyone is put on a hold due to excessive fraud, and it was pending. So
Right.
you found out what? You were denied completely?
Yep. I think somebody's actually taken my identity.
Now, why did they say you were? They must have given you a reason for rejection.
It was an adjunction, that's all I know.
You sound like you're sipping on Grandpa's cough medicine.
Now, wait a minute. Melissa, did they give you actually
A little
something
bit,
in
yeah.
writing?
I have been, yes.
Did they give you something in writing?
They have not sent me anything in writing at all.
Nothing. Okay. How do you know you were rejected then? They don't
On the
make phone
computer,
calls.
and
They don't do it by
now I
phone,
don't
so
have
how do
any
you know?
internet, so I was on a computer
Oh, online.
over the internet.
And they said,
Online.
and when you went to your
And
account,
now I have no internet, so how am I supposed to do anything?
so wait a minute. So you went online and it said that your claim was rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what the wording was? Did you download it?
No, I didn't. I should have.
How long have you been unemployed?
Since January 24th.
What kind of work do you
of
do?
This year.
What kind of work?
I was a security officer.
Like a guard or what?
I do security. Yeah,
That's
security
grand.
guard. Yeah.
All right. So,
Mm-hmm.
and are you approved for armed security work?
No, I'm not.
Okay. And so,
I'd rather not because of all
no,
the,
I understand. What
all
kind
the
of
bullshit's going on.
Okay, can you get that for me? Did you get that?
Never would have saw that coming.
Dragon?
Sorry.
Dragon?
Yo, what?
Please get that for me. The delay. Get the delay. And then put her on hold. Thank you. Can we send this to Phil Spessart over there to see if he can look into it, Kachina? Let's just do that, okay?
Sure.
I think that's...
Can you imagine her guarding you with a gun?
Well, no, she said no. She doesn't. I think she's just distressed because she's out of work.
No, she's drunk as hell. She admitted it.
She's not drunk.
She admitted it.
Did she just say that?
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
I said, have you been sipping on Grandpa's cough medicine? She goes, maybe a little, yeah.
Hey, let me ask you, Kachina, you talked to her off the air. Is
Yes,
she,
I did.
Is she kind of sloshed a little?
Maybe, yes.
Okay.
She admitted it.
Well, okay.
She used to work with Hunter Biden.
Here's the thing, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, Mark, you know what?
Yes.
You know, I mean, somebody calling in the show and they're a little inebriated, I don't care that much. But when you show
No,
up
it's
for...
good. It can be good radio, but
when you
she's,
show up for a job interview, do you remember that time?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God, we couldn't...
That was someone you knew.
What do you mean? It's not
You
like...
knew him.
Okay, fine. You don't know anybody who drinks?
No.
I didn't know he was going to show up inebriated.
He was so drunk, it was scary.
No, it was really embarrassing. It's like, wait a minute. Is this guy for real? He's coming to talk to us about a job?
Didn't he used to sell? Isn't he the guy that also
I don't want to
sold?
talk. I don't want to identify him, but he's... But,
Okay.
yeah, he is the guy we knew.
That would sell private blank blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, services, you mean? for student
You know,
loans.
here's the thing, though, Tom. You can't drink all day if you start in the morning.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Someone on YouTube put it up.
No, you can't drink all day if you start in the evening, because all day would be starting in the morning.
He put exactly, you can't drink all day if you don't start
That's right.
in the morning.
Okay, he's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
That's right.
Let's talk to John, and then I'll take a break real quick here. John, what's going on? John?
I'm calling about a landscaping issue, Tom.
Okay, and does it involve your somebody you hired?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the problem? I'm going to come right back to you. Is it that they didn't do the work, or they did a terrible job?
No, they did the work, a great job, but never came back to replace the two dead plants that are worth about $600, the two of them.
Okay, hold on. I'll come right back to this. So it's basically like warranty work. We have more coming right up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Your usual busy traffic for the beginning of the afternoon commute. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. 6th Avenue eastbound, some stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. North of there, I-70 westbound stop and go traffic between I-270 and York Street. I-70 eastbound to DIA, you're going to see busy driving starting at Peoria to Pena Boulevard. Only about a 2 or 3 minute delay. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies. It's a hot one out there today. High 95 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 60. Tomorrow cooling down a little bit with a high of 85 with PM thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 91 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
All right, let's talk about something that I think is so important, and that is getting the right job done the first time, whether it's floor coverings or window coverings, and both companies shine. Simply Floors, Inc., Buddy and Karen Mitchell, they have it down pat for pleasing customers, not just with sales, but with installation, and of course, their wonderful warranty service. They are experts in and of themselves. They invite you to come over to their showrooms. They have 3 of them. Visit the website, make an appointment, or just drop by, or get someone to come to your house. It's all done at simplyfloorsinc.com. That's INC. Any floor coverings, great prices, great selection, great service. Simplyfloorsinc.com. And when it comes to window coverings, you have Made in the Shade. What does Made in the Shade do? Well, first they come and do measuring free of charge. And that, I'm talking like with laser measurements down to the gnat's hair. And then you have a designer help you pick the right stuff. And then they order it for you if they fit your budget, which they try to do. And then they come and install everything and warranty everything along with the manufacturer. It's Made in the Shade. DenverShades.co is the website. That's DenverShades.co, 720-458-6566. Sheridan Auto Tech. Honesty, integrity, longevity, value, experience. My God, you can ask for nothing more when it comes to auto repair. And Uncle Kevin and his team will treat you like family. And by the way, they're on Colfax, just west of Wadsworth. And we have rave reviews about them. If you're looking for repairs, including electrical issues, 303-455-7242. 303-455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com.
All right, so parachutist, watch play.
Sue says Libby knows about it.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just texted Libby just to kind of get her thoughts.
God.
Just as I read about it, there's good
Lenny.
comparisons between 0 Zoho, and QuickBooks. So, yeah, I mean, maybe if it serves your customers well.
Hey guys, she did say she wasn't drunk. She was on cough syrup.
Part of
which has alcohol.
Yeah, we believe it.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Hi, Roger. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
once a month do you guys generate? Like a month?
Okay.
Not that, but I would say 40. Well, no. If it's a referral, this is way more than that. But, so really, actually, the referral is more. Troubleshooter.
You want to talk to Tom about that?
But is referral list is more transaction intensive, more.
Less money.
So you need to go to Chicago. All right, hold on for me. I have, okay,
Yep.
okay. What is in the frickin' water supply this week? I have no idea.
It needs a ride to Chicago.
Plus Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Thursday at 4, is Biden about to use Hunter Biden's many problems as his excuse to get out of the race? And why so many drownings already in Colorado? What's the cause, and how do you keep yourself and your family safe? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. John said they did a pretty good job with my landscaping, but there's 2 plants guaranteed. I guess they're guaranteed, right? They're dead and they won't come back and replace them. They're around $600. What kind of plants?
Annabelle hydrangea.
And so how long did they last?
Well, that's what happened, Tom. That super snowstorm late April, March, split my 30-year-old ash tree in half. And my landscape guy took a couple of branches off just because of the congestion and recommended this guy to come and remove the tree, which he did professionally. And I then near where the base of this tree was, I had a dead hydrangea, and he agreed to grind out the stump. And came back to grind out the stump, and he got most of the stump out, but he couldn't get the rest of it. So we just decided to let it go.
But what does this have to do with the 2 hydrangeas that
well, that's where I'm going right now. So I then hired him then to replace the dead hydrangea and to plant a new hydrangea in the spot where the old tree was. And so and I told him what the hydrangeas from that nursery up in Alameda, that big wholesale place.
Yeah.
And he came back and he planted the 2 hydrangeas, and they looked like they were dead. But this was end of March.
Okay, so these are brand new plants. It wasn't the ones that were hurt by the tree.
No, they're brand new plants. I'm assuming from Alameda Landscaping, and we've been talking ever since then about him coming. Okay, then he came out the end of May to take a look at them, and he agreed they were dead, and agreed he'd be out in about a week. So we've had continual dialogue since the end of May about him coming out. He hasn't been out yet. He doesn't answer my telephone.
Wait, he did when he looked at them. He agreed he needed to replace them.
Oh yeah, and he said he'd do. He said he'd be out Monday with 2 new ones.
Okay.
So
And you
then-
haven't
then-
talked to him since?
Well, yeah, then I talked to him after that. Then he stopped returning my telephone calls. Then my wife called him on her cell phone, and he talked to her. He said, I'll be out Monday to take care of him. Never showed up. I then sent an email to his company's email address, it's KC Tree Services, and I got a response back from Annika Thatcher saying he would be out Monday to replace him. He then called Monday and said it's too hot. I'll be out Tuesday to replace him, and hasn't.
Well, without going through every missed.
That's it. That's the end of my story.
So this, what I meant was, the guy simply has never been back.
He's not been. Well, he came back to see him about the end of May. Has not been back to replace him, even though he said he'd be here Monday after Monday.
Well, this is going to be really easy if he's in business. I mean, first we'll.
He's a heads-up guy. He just doesn't follow through.
What's the name of the landscaping company?
KC Tree Services.
Okay, KC Tree Services.
I have the number.
Okay, hold on. I want to give this to one of our deputies to call and see if we can just get him to go out there before you file a small claim, because small claims.
I don't even plan on myself; just brings them out. But they're big, tall hydrangeas. But they're like 3 foot tall out of the bucket. So they're 2 big plants. I'll plan on myself. He just brings them out here.
Are they dead as a doornail? Are they not coming back?
Oh, shit, they were dead at that time he planted them, I think.
All right, now we should.
He was here at the end of May to look at them, and he broke the branches off and agreed they were completely dead. He'd replace them.
Okay, so all right, let's just Dragon.
Yeah.
Just nip that, please. Okay. And because I did hear a word.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, here's the bottom line. I want to give this to Deputy Doc to call this guy, see if we can light a fire and get it done for him. 303-713-8255. We're running out of time, Roger. What's going on? Oh, hold on. Roger, can you hang on? And we'll bring you up in the next hour. I'm Tom Martino. We have an hour to go. I'm going to try to get Roger on, and anyone else, if you have a problem, question, or complaint, 303-713-TALK is our number, and you can always call 303-MARTINO. Remember the number, 24/7. It works for help, information, and referrals, 303-627-8466.
His name is Ken. He'll be calling you probably after the show. We go off at 2.
Thanks, Con.
So just be on the lookout for him. His name is Ken, okay? Okay, no problem. Hold on for me. Or thank you very much for calling. Bye. Did you hear anything? Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Hey, Dragon.
Yeah.
Did you hear the second cuss word?
No.
I did.
Hey, Tom.
I got it.
I didn't hear the first one, and I didn't hear the second one, and I'm not kidding.
I heard both, and they're both there.
What did they say?
Well, this old guy just said, "Oh shit, they were dead when they got here."
Okay. I just didn't hear it.
Yeah, he said it really quick. I almost was going to let it go because he went like this. Well, shit, like they were dead when they got here, and it was just safe.
Dragon, can you listen on the logger?
Yeah, I'm pulling. Shannon saves everything straight from the board, so I'm gonna listen to that here right now.
And then the other one, Mark, I forget when was that, because it really was.
That was the drunk lady.
That one was more obvious.
What'd she say?
That one was more obvious. That one.
Yeah, but was it a fuck shit? What'd she say?
Oh, let me think. Something about Mark fucked up or something.
Look at this guy coming up. He calls a radio show because he needs a ride to
Well,
Chicago.
I might buy him a lift.
Hey, Eric, do you happen to go by Chicago on your way home?
Yeah.
Sure.
We should.
He was here at the end of May to look at them, and he broke the branches off and agreed they were completely dead. He'd replace them.
Okay, so.
There's nothing there, Tom.
Well, it's not there. It's there when you listen. Just keep listening. I mean, I don't know if that was the spot.
Time he planted them, I think.
Right before that. We
he
should.
was here at the end of May to look at them, and he broke the branches off and agreed they were completely dead. He'd replace them.
Okay, so all right.
That's all I got, Tom.
Okay. You know what? You just played it. You got to go right before that, right before you first played that. It goes, he said, shit, they were dead when he planted them. We
he
should.
was here at the end of May to look at them, and he broke the.
I'm not hearing anything.
Me neither.
Yeah, I stopped playing it. I'm cutting the auto back sooner. Hang on.
Uh-oh, we're going to see.
No, I know it was, Mark. I know. Are they not coming back?
Shit, they're
Right there.
Did
you hear it?
Oh,
Shit.
play that again,
Are they
Dragon.
dead as a doornail? Are they not coming back?
Shit, they were dead from the time
Shit, they
he
were
planted
dead.
them, I think.
You don't hear that?
I do hear shit. Do you hear shit, Dragon?
Debatable.
Oh, okay, good, Dragon. Then I'll say it like that. Shit, they were. Shit, I can't find anything wrong with that. Shit, there's nothing wrong with that shit. Back.
What did the drunk broad say?
Shit, they're.
Yep, Tom nailed it. He did. He just, that old booger just said it quick.
Shit, they're.
Shit, fuck.
Dead as a doornail. Are they not coming back?
Shit, they were dead from the time he planted them.
Holy shit! He strung together a word that's 14 words.
Okay. All right, sure.
Shit, fuck.
Well, here's put it this way: if Dragon didn't notice it, no one would have.
Nobody heard the first one from the drunk lady, so I don't know about
What did
that
drunk
thing.
lady say?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did the drunk lady say?
Yeah, good question.
Go ahead, tell us, Tom.
He doesn't remember.
Something about. Let's see. I think she said snatch, but I think she said. Somebody snatched my employee. I might have taken it out of context. I think her check was snatched.
Right.
He was looking at my snatch.
No, oh God, we got to erase this one. Take it away from the YouTube morons. Chopper said, "What is a high ranger?" The plant.
Oh my God.
He said bull poop, according to Savvy.
That chick was hammered, man.
She only had coffee.
Yeah, but it was. Don't make fun of addiction.
Yeah. I was security guard, and God damn it.
They don't let me carry a weapon.
Yeah, they don't want me carrying a weapon. The snatch.
She made Bobcat Goldthwait sound sober.
Yeah.
You remember Sam Kennison? God, was he obnoxious.
He's awesome.
He was the best.
I heard him live.
I never got to see him alive.
He wasn't drugs or nothing, right? It was just a car accident.
Do you know where I heard him live?
I think
Up at
Yeah, that's terrible.
Sturgis.
Perfect crowd for him, man.
Sturgis.
I would love to see the nursery rhyme guy there.
What nursery rhyme? Oh. You mean, what the hell was his name again? The guy that was...
Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, God, was he obnoxious.
I won't even say his nursery rhymes.
I forget that one. His famous one was, Hey, you want to take a ride on the baloney pony? He was so nauseous.
They did a Netflix thing on him, or actually, I think it might have been a Cinemax. And it's about a bunch of comedians that basically got canceled, for lack of a better words, or self-imploded. And
was he one of them?
He went too far, yeah. Well, according to whoever, put
Nowadays
together the
he wouldn't be.
documentary.
I don't know.
He sold out Madison Square Garden. Not many comedians have ever done that.
There's some really good comedians out right now.
10 seconds.
I
Achieve the border and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. What can we do to help you? All you have to do is give us a call if you need help. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so we have gotten calls over the years, I would say, of all kinds. But I don't think I've ever gotten this one. Ever. So I'm just curious as what it's all about.
We have.
Huh?
We have gotten a call. It's pretty much the same, but I'm not going to ruin what this call is. But they wanted a flight. We actually found someone.
Wait. That was a flight, Mark. This is not a flight. Roger. What do you need?
Yes, Tom. I need a ride to Chicago. So I want to put it out to your listening audience, and you can give out my number if you want. Because what I have is I have a tractor trailer and a storage place. So I either need to get a one-way rental car, or if someone is heading towards Chicago or past there or to there, anything, I will pay the entire fuel cost.
May I just ask you something first of all? I have to ask the obvious question. Although the normal mode of luggage is a hefty bag, the buses run from here to Chicago, and can't you just buy a bus ticket?
Yeah, I can, but I don't know how that would go with I got a little Chihuahua.
Oh, that would be...
airlines, they seem to be kind of difficult.
I don't know how they work on buses with Chihuahuas or emotional support dogs, but... have you tried? Okay. You could always Mark. Okay, I want to see how smart you guys are right now. He could always use these lines.
Wait a minute. Listen.
We're 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, a half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Blues Brothers.
Oh, or how about this? We're on a mission from God. Okay, maybe that'll get you. Listen.
But wait. Listen, in all seriousness, flyfrontier.com, I just picked out 6/24, which is a week or so from now, a one-way ticket to Chicago from Denver. You ready? $70.
Wow, that's pretty...
Roger, what do you need to get there? No, really.
And they'll let you bring that little rat dog.
Yeah, they will. You put it in a little carrier.
I have flown Southwest before, and they wanted me to put him in a carrier, and the stewardess comes over and says, "Oh no, take him out of there. Put him on your lap. He'll be fine."
Yeah, when you're done, as soon as you get him, as soon as you get airborne, they don't care. Listen, Roger, what do you need to get there for?
I got a tractor trailer and a storage. I need to go back to Denver.
Okay. Maybe there are truckers listening that'll give you a ride. Listen, we'll take your number in case somebody calls, but man, why wouldn't you go to Frontier?
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Now, what I have done in the past, I just go up to the airline, and there's a form you fill out for the FAA, and I just tell him he's a service animal. And looking at the laws on ADA, there's only 2 questions they can ask you. Is he a service animal, yes or no? What's his function? You don't need papers, don't need a vest. Technically, you can train the dog yourself. Just don't say he's emotional. Otherwise, you need all kinds of paperwork. But if you say there's
No. Emotional, they don't let on as much as, or don't they? Wait, there's a difference between service and emotional.
Right. Service would be, like a seeing eye dog or something, a dog that sniffs out someone who may have epilepsy, seizures, stuff like that. And emotional, well, that all came up, I guess, after.
Yeah.
Emotional
Emotional
I don't know when, but
came up after the, I don't know what you call them, were born, the snowflakes. I don't know, when was the first year snowflakes were born? I don't really know. What's the snowflake generation?
The millennials?
Are they, is that where the snowflakes started?
Pretty recent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well,
Hey, do you know what other kind of support animal you can have on an aircraft besides a dog?
a miniature horse.
Damn right.
Do they actually define it?
Yep, that's it, man. One of the 2.
I wonder, I'm going to do something for the hell of it on my...
If you just Google miniature horse on a plane, they're everywhere.
Okay, I just want to see something right now. Where in Chicago should I put here for my... I want to put Chicago. Okay, O'Hare International Airport. I want to see what my lift will cost. Hold on.
If I do fly,
They can't. They won't go out of state like that.
Okay, here's what my lift will cost. Limited availability is I'd have to do tomorrow at 4 a.m. Oh, no payment. Never mind. They won't take it. They won't take it. I thought.
Hey, wait a minute. Why are we even contemplating the real answer to this? This guy said he would pay for the fuel. You've been wanting to take a long flight. Connect the dots, brother.
I'm not taking him in my helicopter. Are you kidding me?
Why not? Tom, come on.
Well, first of all,
I guess I could.
Oh my God, you were going to fly to Hilton Head.
I'm going to do that just for fun, Mark. And Roger,
why not drop this guy off in Chicago?
He doesn't
Put your mouth
sound
where
like
your
a load
money
of
is.
laughs to me. He doesn't sound like fun to me.
I bet he can reach around the seat.
He's a tractor trailer driver. That tells
Like
you
I
right
said.
now. That tells you right now. He wear boots and a cowboy belt, and has a flat ass.
He probably knows some lot lizards.
Man.
I hate when my high heels slip off the mother-loving clutch.
Yeah. You do wear. I don't know why you guys wear such uncomfortable belts and boots.
Yeah, big old boots.
And big old belts
Not
in
me.
your belly while you're driving. It's just, I don't understand. Are you an over-the-road trucker?
Oh, yeah.
And do you own your own tractor then, right?
Yes.
You know what? I can't tell you how many people have called this show over the years who wanted to be an owner-operator and buy a tractor and got ripped off in the used tractor business. Boy, did they get bad trucks. What kind do you have?
I've got a Volvo, I've got a 16 and a 19. The 19 I'm driving under a load. I'm driving to Denver right now. I deliver tomorrow night. And then I need to get over.
You own both of those?
Another one.
You own both of those?
Yeah.
Now, isn't Volvo what did that used to be? Didn't they just get into that business?
I tell people do not do the lease programs.
Yeah.
A lot of companies have a lease program. Do
So
not do
how
those.
much,
Those-
tell me, did
they
you
will
buy
rip
your
you off.
tractor new?
No, I bought them used.
How much do they run?
About, say, 450 to 500,000 miles. You can get it for about 60,000, 65,000.
Oh, wow. You can buy them with that many miles?
And the dealer will put an extended warranty. but
Wait
they'll
a minute.
cover a
How
lot
many
of stuff.
miles will they go?
Over 1 million. Easy.
Holy crap. So new, what do those suckers cost? A Volvo?
Oh, shoot, now probably 140, 160.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Wow. Does yours have a sleeper in it?
Usually, oh, yeah, double bunk.
Hmm.
You know, you can get an Amtrak Denver to Chicago for under $300.
Yeah, but why would you if you can take Frontier for $70?
For some reason, he doesn't seem to like flying.
Well, sometimes they give you a hassle. The problem is if someone makes a sudden move or the way, stewardesses, comes by, my dog also make a noise, like maybe he'll growl just a little. He did that once on a flight. The stewardess
Put it to sleep.
I know he's not a service animal. They won't do that.
Hey,
I'm not gonna say anything.
I think they're $50. I think Frontier, long as it fits in a carry-on, you can usually pull it out once he's there. But if it fits under the seat, and yours will, they charge $50 for the dog. You're $120 in, man. I mean, you're not going to beat that unless Martino steps up and flies you.
Yeah, I'd rather go that route. Tom, you could sleep.
I don't think Tom, you know what it is? I don't think Tom can fly you that far. He's used to flying just right around his local airport. He doesn't know how to plot out this stuff and that kind of
Yeah,
crap.
that's true, right. I've taken trips all over the country, but I just don't do it for grins. I do it I don't do it just to bring somebody somewhere. I want to go on a fun trip where I can do something along the way, From here to Chicago is boring. By the way, I've flown to Chicago. I've flown to...
We could have fun.
But I don't go into the main
airport. And what we'll do
airport.
is we'll land on a semi while he's going down the interstate. We'll land on top of his trailer.
Yeah,
We'll just do a little touch and go.
You need Tom Cruise for that. Tom Cruise will do that for you.
We'll buzz highway patrol. Oh yeah, we can have all kinds of fun.
Okay, now listen to this, okay? I'm going to give you another cool line. Ready? All right. Let's see. Where is it? They don't have my address. I falsified my renewal. I put down 1060 West Addison. Anyway, that's Wrigley Field. Get it? That was the Blues Brothers. Anyway, apparently you guys never saw that movie, but it was a classic. 303. How about this one? Did you get my Cheese Whiz Boy? You remember that one? You don't remember that one. What about, I'm going to catch that sucker if it's the last thing I ever do? Okay. Anyway, we got more coming up. I tell everyone about my quiet, cool, whole house fan from QC, Colorado, because I want them to save on AC up to 90%. That alone will pay for it in no time. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Let's talk about even...
Did that guy swear, Tom? I didn't hear him swear. Did you hear that, Tinny?
Oh, he was effing it up all over the place. Controlled. QCColorado.com. 303-800-3419. American Restoration 24/7. I want you to keep that name handy, and I hope you never, ever need them. But, Rock and his team are there for you when you have a broken pipe, a flood, a fire, smoke damage, you notice asbestos, maybe a black mold, whatever it is. If you need help getting your property restored, first, stop the damage. Second, get it restored, clean it up. That's what American Restoration does, and they're not liars, cheats, and ripoffs, which is so prevalent in the restoration industry. They're great people with a good work ethic and EPA certifications. It's amrest247.com is the website. You can read about them, or give them a call if ever you have problems and you need immediate help. 8337-AMREST. They can work with your insurance as well. 8337-AMREST. Okay, Joseph A. Lazara, someone else I hope you never need. My goodness, he's a criminal defense attorney. And all kidding aside, you never want to shop for an attorney when you're facing a DUI or an assault charge or some crazy a thing that you did or didn't do or whatever, or accused of, what you need to do is call Joe. We've done the shopping for you. He's a great guy. He'll do free initial consultations always, and then flat rate pricing for whatever offense. Joe Lazzara, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Now, here's someone I hope you do use, because it's fun, 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 and that's Lazy Days RV. LazyDays.com. What a great name for an RV place, huh? They have new and used RVs. They have great trade-in values in RVs. They have service departments. They have what you need for your RV. Whether you're going near or far, they're all over the country. Plus, they have locations right here in Denver. That's LazyDays.com.
I gotta go change his pad. Right.
Well, you guys are quiet this break.
Oh, well.
We had an employee a while back. She's looking for a live-in housekeeper job. I'm sending her your way there, buddy.
And who might that be?
Levita.
Is she really?
Yep.
Wait. As I remember Levita, she wasn't terrible.
No, she just likes smoking.
Doobies.
Yeah, doobies.
I can't believe how much time, we've eaten up with fun. Okay, I'm going to call somebody. I want to get a charity on. Hold on. Oh, no, I got to call. I know who I have to call.
Why don't you talk to that guy next to you?
No, I'm going to. But I need to help this guy one time. I need to get him on for Father's Day thing, just to plug it real quick. Let me get him on. Ah, come on, Steve. Okay. I already cleared this. Get shook up.
Hello.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm driving, but I'll be careful.
All right, I'll hold you. I'll put you on hold.
Yeah, and I'll start with Best Way.
All right,
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. I want to go right to Steve Moss. He's the one who does he does rock and roll beer, and man, he also does the theme song for the Martino Show here we love, and also does fun stuff up at the Colorado Speedway, National Speedway, and he wants to talk about Father's Day stuff going on. Yeah, when is, man, that's pretty soon, Father's Day coming up. Steve, tell us about it.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Tom?
Good,
how you doing, Mark?
Good.
Everybody else?
Good,
Great,
man.
Great crew there. I want to start out first talking about somebody else. I didn't even know it was on your referral list. I called a Best Way Insulation the other day.
Yeah.
And they happen to have they had a last second opening the next day, and I really needed it done too. They went there, and you know something. They worked with my budget. They did a great job. And here's the thing: I was super impressed with. And I'm pickier than heck. They left I did it in my martial arts studio. I teach martial arts, Korean Taekwondo, and that studio was cleaner when they left than when they got there. You know how most installation, anytime you get installation on anything, they're horrible. You know, most companies are horrible about cleanup. These people were very impressive.
That's really cool. Yeah, she does a great job. We've had her on the show from time to time, and really, we get great reviews about her. We do.
And Ken recognized me. I was talking to him on the phone. He said, I know who you are. You give away tickets on the Tom Martino show.
Oh, that's cool. So let's talk about what do we got going on?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to give away some tickets. You'll have to go to the race, pay to get in, and then visit the Rock and Roll Brewery tent. I'm going to give VIP ticket away to, let's say, 10 people.
Okay.
Right? So they can call your show and sing the Tree Farm. I got to give my Tree Farm client some love.
Okay.
Anybody that I don't care how bad they do. Anybody that calls in and sings that Tree Farm jingle, get their name and number, give it to me, and they'll be on a list. They visit the Rock and Roll Brewery tent at Saturday night, not on Father's Day, on Saturday night, and visit me, and I'm going to give them a free VIP ticket, good for this season, any race this season.
When is all this
Plus,
going
I'm going
on?
to give them huge.
Steve, what date is this?
Saturday. This Saturday.
Okay, so this Saturday.
Yeah.
And then they also have stuff. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
They have
the day before Father's Day.
Good. And they also have stuff going on Father's Day, right?
Father's Day, they have a monster truck race. I may be there for that. I'm not sure yet. But Saturday night's where they need to go. And I have 16 different beers. Mark, I challenge Mark. He needs to try my Pineapple Pit Stop Triple IPA. And if he
sounds
doesn't think
delicious,
it's
man.
if not the best beer, I'll give it to him free. It's the best beer I have ever brewed.
Now, can you actually taste the pineapple?
It's a pet peeve of mine. I'm really strict about it. When I do flavored beers, first of all, I use puree. I don't use flavoring, artificial flavoring, and I make it very subtle. Most of my flavored beers, if I didn't tell them, they wouldn't know. But then once you know it's in there, I taste it. It's just accentuating it. It's not overtaking it. It's a pet peeve of mine. You would never know probably, but it's an amazing beer. We got 16 different kinds. I got amazing new T-shirts, whole bunch of merchandise we're going to be selling there, and then
all right, now
the Rock and Roll Brewery, you're gonna buy at Colorado National Speedway concession. We're not going to sell the beer ourselves. I'm going to let the track make some money, and go ahead and take care of them. And we're going to sell merchandise.
Okay,
and
so
I'll give you a coupon or a token for discounts.
All right, so here's what I want to tell them. If they show up this Saturday and they were on the list, they're going to get free VIP tickets. And then what does that get them?
Well, if they meet me at the tent, I'm going to give them a VIP ticket. That's VIP parking, admission into the Rock and Roll Brewery Beer Garden, any race this season. Okay, they're going to have that. It's going to be one ticket for...
Okay.
For the first 10 people that do.
Right, and what you guys have to do, we're having a bad connection. What we have to do right now is we have to get people to call in and sing a verse of the Rocky Mountain Tree Farm that he wrote, one of his more famous jingles, and then no matter how good or bad you do, the first 10 to do that will take your name and number, and we will put you on the list for him. So,
and I think
we
Steve
can do
gets
it tomorrow
$10
too.
Every time they play it.
We're not going to get them, by the way. We're not going to get them all on today, probably. So you can do it tomorrow as well during car day. I'll have to remind people. So, Kachina, make sure we remind people tomorrow about this as well. And that's what we'll do.
We have an update tomorrow on a 2023 Dodge It's not a good story, but we're going to have that update tomorrow, too.
And then also, Jesse will be on the show from Colorado Springs, Honest Accurate Auto. And
Jesse!
He went through one of these used cars for me that will be going to one of my families, Venezuelan families, who got work and a place to live, and they're really thriving. And again, what I'm trying to do in my small part of the universe is help those who want to help themselves. And this family's doing great. We have a few families we're helping, and this will be a car for him, and for his family as well. And they're going to have everything done properly. So that's really a lot of fun. That'll be happening tomorrow. And we'll also take calls on people who want to sing the Tree Farm song, along with today, if you want to sing it. We'll put you on a list. And then when you show up at Colorado National Speedway this weekend, you'll get tickets for a future race, VIP tickets, which have special parking and special privileges. So have some fun with that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, we got our first one that wants to sing. We're going to do, and then we'll take a break, and we'll see how it sounds, okay? Doesn't matter how it sounds, you still get tickets, so even Mark could get tickets, which is...
Oh, please.
But Mark, I'll give you tickets not to sing. Okay, let's go to John. John, go ahead.
You take I-25 to exit 235, 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Nope, he missed a word. He's out.
No, actually, that's pretty dang good, bro. That is
Nope,
really...
he missed a word.
He did. It didn't matter. It doesn't
He's
matter.
out, man.
Because it doesn't matter, because you don't have to sing it well.
See?
You still get it. So really, seriously, give your name and your phone number to Kachina. We're going to pass that on to Steve for Saturday. Thank you for calling. We got more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
New slowdowns through downtown for the early afternoon commute. I-25 northbound before 6th Avenue, a crash blocking 2 right lanes has slow driving back from Downing Street. We're seeing a 10-minute delay. Heading east past DIA, I-70 eastbound before Tower Road, stop and go traffic through Tower Road and approaching E470 through ongoing road work. We're seeing a 5-minute delay there. Otherwise, a pretty standard drive throughout the Denver Metro. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies, high 95 today, nice and hot out there. Overnight low of 60, tomorrow high 86 with PM thunderstorms into a hot weekend. The current temperature in Denver is 92 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan at 6:30 KHOW.
Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is your chance to snap up summer's best deals. Save up to $700 on top brands and get a free adjustable base when you buy. Get matched today with quality mattresses at every price for your best rest. Restrictions apply.
Okay, if you want to get a loan, people aren't standing still, even though rates are a little higher than usual or than they have been. You can get a loan from Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan and get the interest rate guarantee. So when rates go down, you will get refinanced free of charge. 303-867-7000. Some people are finding homes. Other people are saying, you know what? I've waited long enough. I'm going to get rid of this high interest debt. And then I'm going to have a lower payment all the way around, even though the mortgage is a little higher. And that's idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000. And then what about Red Rocks Roof and Solar? You want to do something for your home that will improve it and save money and have a wonderful company do it who gives you 40% tax credits through their system, not just 30% tax credits. You can find out more from Red Rocks Roof and Solar. And they do complete off-grid systems as well, battery backups, generators, whatever you need, Red Rocks Roof and Solar can handle it, including fully paid commercial systems through their special grant system, 303-704-2449, 303-704-2449, redrocksrs.com.
Martino, I got a bone to pick with you, bro.
What is that?
Why in the hell are you doing a Don McLean interview that's not on your show?
Well, I have no idea why. I thought it was going to be on my show, and it turned out I just volunteered because I know him. And
I tried to get him on your birthday last year, and no one could get him. And now all of a sudden, somehow it's coming together. I'm a little Kelly. Please fill in the blanks.
So he has a new album coming out, and they reached out to Ryan to actually be on his show, but they have to pre-tape the interview. And because Ryan has to do it in the morning, and Ryan knows the story about Tom knowing Don McLean, he asked Tom if he wanted to do the interview with him. So we can absolutely repurpose it and play it on the show if we need to.
So we can play it on my show too.
I've got a lot of thoughts about that, but I'm not going to bring them up now.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to bring them up now.
Okay. I don't know how it happened, Mark. That's the truth. All I know is I was emailed saying, do you want to be in on this?
I've got a lot of thoughts on the matter, but I won't bring them up
He's a
now.
shit-stir, Tom.
But, I just think it's so cool. And his manager...
I want to quote Kelly. They reached out to Ryan.
Why did they reach out to Ryan, by the way? Out of curiosity. Does he do a lot of entertainment segments?
He does, yes.
Okay, see, that's why, Mark.
Okay.
I mean, they wouldn't reach out to us. We don't do that. I mean, we don't normally do that stuff.
He does comedians, he does actors, he does
that's
musicians when he
We
can.
used to do comedians till Tom blew it.
Oh, God,
Mark is such a shit-stir, Tom.
Oh, my God. He told that, what was the one lady? What's her name?
Schumer.
Schumer. He told Schumer, he goes, oh, okay, now that you're on the show, tell me something funny.
No, I didn't say that. I said I said she wasn't very funny.
Well, whatever you did, that was that.
Amy Schumer. This was before...
My free tickets dried up.
It was before she was big.
What's the lady that owns the comic place here?
Mel.
Wendy.
Oh, yeah, Wendy, but Mel is the...
Mel is who I'm talking about. So, forever, Mel would be like, oh, whatever you need. Then Tom said some shit. Then it didn't go that way anymore.
Well, we've got a pretty...
Go ahead, make me laugh.
We have a pretty popular comedian coming on today at 3:06 if
Who?
you want to listen. Jay
Who?
Moore.
Oh, well, he's doing mine.
Jay Marvin.
No, Jay Moore.
If you get Jay Marvin on, I'll give you $500.
Jay Moore, from Jerry Maguire and a whole bunch of different movies.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's okay. He's not
Tom
great.
would go, hey, go ahead, make me laugh. Or you would say, oh, that wasn't funny.
I have some real... Mark, stop. I never did that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, bullshit.
You fucking did.
I didn't like her.
Well, apparently.
You know, one of my favorite comedians right now is Nate Bargatze.
I think was he on Netflix?
Oh, God, he's great. I love him. Seriously, he's so understated.
I'm looking his picture.
I like
I've seen him.
Sebastian Maniscalco, except his material, it just seems to be like nothing really new.
Here we go, guys.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Deanie wants to sing, or Deanne, I think it's Deanie. She wants to sing the song to get some VIP tickets for Saturday night. Well, no, the tickets aren't for Saturday night. You go Saturday night for the fun and pick up the tickets at the rock and roll beer tent. But right now, she wants to sing to qualify, and then we'll give her name and number to Steve.
And I'd like to dedicate her singing to Kingarat on our YouTube station.
Kingarat. Okay, well, listen. We're not making judgments, by the way, on the singing or the words.
Speak for yourself, sir.
You automatically get to do it. Automatically, just by singing. So go ahead.
You take I-25 to exit 235. If 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Nailed it. Got all the lyrics right. Give him that other guy's ticket that messed the lyrics up. So
No.
you get 2.
Hey, I like it. Is this a youngster? How old are you?
I'm 13.
Okay, you did a great job.
How are you going to go to the show by yourself? You going to hitchhike?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. Okay, you hitchhike. That's a very safe thing to do. And do you remember Saturday Night Live when they had Dan Aykroyd was marketing to kids? Oh God, I forget his character. Oh no, he would sell, "Hey kids, here's a bag of broken glass. It's a lot of fun. You can make collages." I mean, he would go through it, and then he had different stuff that he would sell to kids. And he would say things like hitchhike to your nearest store or whatever. Anyway, that's just a little sideline. I love old Saturday Night Lives were the best. They had the greatest humor in the world. It was sick, great humor. Anyway.
It really was, man.
I mean it. And then it got, well, it's all right now. I mean, they're pretty clever people, but there's nothing like a great comedian. I don't like angry comedians. I don't like angry ones or who are always trying to make a statement. I mean, they're
Like
fine.
who?
I just don't want
Example.
I don't want to get into it right now. Okay, the ones who have I can't even think about it. I've been watching them on Netflix. As soon as it happens, I turn them off because I don't want to hear one way or the other. I don't want to hear politics unless it's for everybody. I want to hear fun stuff. You know, a lot of them take the opportunity to slam people. Okay, I'll tell you who got angry before he died. I mean, he was a genius, but he got really, 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 really angry.
I know who you're going to say.
Who?
George Carlin.
Yeah. He got really angry. I mean, it was.
We saw him at MGM in the first 20 minutes. Remember, this is at MGM where his residence was. And all he did was bitch about MGM. And he was angry, but it was funny as hell.
Yeah, it gets to a point where, I don't know, it was like weird to where it was uncomfortable. I mean, he would talk about everybody he hates and why he hates
How
them.
about Sam Kinison?
I saw him live.
I liked him. He's loud and he's.
But he wasn't.
Wow,
I don't
he's
know.
angry.
I don't remember what he was angry about, though. Do you?
Anything he was talking about.
But
come on, lady, you dumb.
Anyway, I saw him at Sturgis. That was crazy. Sam Kinison.
Perfect crowd.
Right before he keeled over, I think.
Now wait a minute. What did you ride up to Sturgis while we're talking?
Guess. Come on.
You went in your.
I flew, and then
Oh.
and then Peter and those guys always ride up.
Got it.
But
Well, you had a Harley for a while. I didn't know if you
No,
took
I
that
never
up.
rode. You know what? I had a Harley as a mistake. I mean, that's really what it was. I never even should have had one.
Kind of like his second wife.
It was. Let me put it to you this way: as far as Harleys, I was a little intimidated. I wasn't never comfortable and good at it. Never, ever, ever. You had a lot of little ones. No, I don't mean little, but you have like yours were
Dirt
like,
bikes.
Yeah, but no, you had a road bike one time though, a 250, didn't you? I thought you did.
No, well, I got a 250 now, but I had 1,000. I had a crotch rocket. I had a Harley-like bike.
Anyway,
but mostly dirt bikes.
I'm getting some questions for Atlas CPA. So and this is odd because we were just talking about this, Eric. As far as filing, well, we were talking about bookkeeping programs. One company wanted to know, is there a bookkeeping program that actually files taxes, where when you're done, it actually can prepare taxes as opposed to having to go to TurboTax or something like that? Do you know of any integrated programs like that?
No, typically bookkeeping is completely separate from the tax filing.
But bookkeeping can do, if you do a QuickBooks or something, can they prepare balance sheets and stuff like that?
Sure, that's what they're for, is financial statements, more like for businesses.
So you can, if you keep your bookkeeping, do your balance sheets, you can do your income statements, you can do your different kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. But you don't actually file with the bookkeeping.
No, of course not. Now, as far as filing taxes, this is my question. I heard that the IRS is moving toward a system where it will be all electronic.
They introduced a free
Yes.
experimental program.
Free.
Which they're trying to expand as much as they can. But they're really limited in the kind of clients they can serve.
So, Eric, when you file my taxes, you do them electronically, or do
Yes,
you? Okay.
electronic.
So what do you do with they don't require any follow-up with hard copy at all?
No more, that's gone.
Really? So would you say that go ahead, Mark.
Well, why? I was just commenting on what Eric said. I had no idea. It's almost like a, for lack of a better words, a turbo tax. You're saying the IRS actually kind of has something similar?
It's going to be their own website with their own servers.
Well, wouldn't that be honest to God, I would find that to be the dumbest thing ever to use, right? Unless you make literally zero.
Why is that? Do you think it will skew against you?
Well, how many people are going to know certain things they can write off? How would they even know, like, part of their home office could, does it ask questions? Does it go, oops, did you think of your home office?
Now, wait a minute. That is a good point. Whereas TurboTax will try to help you take advantage of all your write-offs, right? It tries to make suggestions.
Yeah, but Mark, this experimental program is going to be for real simple situations, people with W-2s and interest. I don't think business people are going to migrate to it at all. Because, like you said, tax law is favored towards the self-employed. So the IRS is never going to put out a system that lets you massage through your information, which you can do on your own.
Tax law is favored for self-employed?
Completely.
What do you mean by that?
Because a W-2 person can't deduct anything against their wages, whereas a self-employed person has a lot of flexibility.
Oh, I get that.
A lot of gray areas.
Oh, and then let's just think of capital gains. Think of how many people just literally make money off capital gains, and that's way lower than any income, and it doesn't matter if you made $1 billion.
I'm going to ask you a question, Mark. What's the capital gains rate right now?
I think it's 20% federal, and then state of Colorado, I think, is 5%.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
And I'm talking short term.
Yeah. No, that's long term. That's known. Short term is regular income.
What's short term?
Is regular income. Whatever your bracket is, that's what short term is.
Is that right, Eric?
Of course it is.
Short term is whatever your regular rate is.
Yes.
And by the way, long term capital gain, it's 15%.
That's right. And by the way, you're both
That's
wrong.
unbelievable.
You're both
Up
hold on. You're both wrong, and I'm going to tell you why coming up. We got more coming up. There's some people that have zero.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Some good news through the
the first-
downtown area.
I'm gonna talk about
I-25
that, yeah.
northbound before 6th Avenue. A
smart
crash
guy,
has been
too.
all cleared
just took my
up. We are
test,
still
so
seeing
I'm
traffic
fine.
pick back up
Did
from
that come
Downing,
up
about a
with
3 or
the-
4
shit.
minute delay. 6th
Eric,
Avenue
there was shit
eastbound, some
coming up.
stopping
I'm
going
thinking
the
I'm not
off-ramp to
gonna be a
I-25
CPA.
southbound
No,
with
there
delays
was
back from
more shit
Federal.
than I ever
For folks
believed.
heading to DIA,
But
I-70 eastbound,
that I
busy
did
driving starts at Peoria to about Pena Boulevard and east of Pena,
I did
I-70
not
eastbound
learn just
again.
for the
Road
test.
work with stop and
I
go between
needed
Tower Road
to
and E470, about a 10-minute delay there.
No, I
Fox
didn't
31
wanna go
pinpoint
to-
weather,
I
mostly
said if I'm
sunny
gonna go
skies,
for
high
a test, I
95
wanna
today,
do it.
nice and
I
hot.
wanna- if
Overnight
we're gonna
low
go
of
through all this
60.
time in
Tomorrow,
trouble, I want
high
it to
of
sink in,
86. The
become
current
part of
temperature in
it, you
Denver is 94 degrees with your
That's the way
impact
real
traffic
learning
and weather.
happens,
Mark
is when you
Swan,
find a reason to
6:30
really
KHOW.
integrate.
Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Yeah.
Their
Otherwise,
all-in-one
it bounces
platform
off.
helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The art of granite is the art of doing things the right way when it comes to countertops. I love the art of granite. You can get a price on the phone right now. They got some specials going on, I want you to know. One, first and foremost, they are doing something that I think is incredible, and that's free materials if you pick from their boneyard. You know, that's their remnants. It's really, they have great slabs, like almost 3/4 of a slab. They have big pieces that can easily do vanities or small countertops or islands. Why don't you just call them, get your price on the phone, find out about free materials. Theartofgranite.com. You pay for always fabrication and installation. 303-386-5919. Theartofgranite.com. Simply Floors Inc. They also have great deals. And they have great deals when it comes to everything to do with floor coverings, from carpeting to hardwoods, veneers. They have laminates. They also have all kinds of luxury vinyl planking. Simply Floors, INC, that's simplyfloorsinc.com. Find out where their showrooms are, make an appointment for them to come to your home, whichever you want, or a combination of the two, simplyfloorsinc.com. So, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. You know, the name really says it all, rpcenter.com. These guys are really good people, family owned and operated. They take a look at your entire life, your finances, and help you prepare for retirement. That's really what they do. So if you're younger, you have more time, they have different plans than if you're older or middle-aged. They will help you to customize a plan so you not only have income, but you have security and you have growth in your retirement. 970-663-3211. Free consultations always. That's 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. I love this sound effect, and I want to download it. Did you get on my Wi-Fi all right? I take it, right?
Yeah, no, it's good.
It must have let you on from last time.
Yeah, but it's not the one that EXT, it's just the regular, whatever that.
Yeah,
thing
they're
is you gave
faster,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong, Tom, by the way. I'm reading 15 or 20%.
Okay. I think you're both. Sorry, Eric. I'm primed. I'm primed because I'm dangerous right now. Just off the test, I just got all kinds of useless frickin' information.
Tom just wants to win.
No.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, it's either 15 or 20%.
Yes, you're right. Those are two. Yep, that's right. That's right. That's right. Keep them reeled in. In fact, I think there's only 3 rates, right? Is it 3 only? It's not tiered, is it? It's 15 or 20 or whatever.
Right.
But it's not in between, right?
Right, there's nothing in between.
Okay,
But there
don't-
also is.
Even on top of your 20? Really? What is that one? I've never heard of that. Seriously. So what would that mean? You just made a shitload of capital gains and they penalize you? In caps? In long-term capital gain? So what is it? An extra how much percent? Okay, wow, that.
Yeah, it's all based on income.
Well, it's yeah, but there's 3
It's
tiers.
20. It's 20%, like I said.
He's looking it up anyway right now. He's not stupid. He just Googled it, but it's 20% for some people, Mark. But
Yeah, and 15 for others. And what
Mark,
I
it's
didn't
only
real-
20% for people over $460,000.
I didn't realize.
Professor Dave Williams, you're on 630 KHOW.
All right, I'm Tom Martino, Eric Reinemer, Atlas CPAs and Advisors, and here's what I want to say. Capital gains, we were joking about that they were both kind of wrong. They said 15% or 20%. They're both right on 15 and 20%. But I didn't realize this. You don't pay 20% capital gains until you make over $459,750. And if you make, then it's 15% between $41,600 and the big 459,000. So it's 15. So most people pay 15%. Some people pay 20%. But Eric, there is also what?
The net
Zero.
investment. Well, there's the zero level.
Zero. So, Mark, if you make under 42,000 roughly.
Yeah, I see that.
I never, ever, I only found that out the other day.
Or
And
90,
you know why, Mark?
Or 90,000 for a couple. So for
Yeah,
a couple, it's
Mark, that's
9,000.
90 grand. So think about this. If a couple's making about 90 grand a year, or technically it's about 83 or 84. If you're making that or less and you sell your house, you have zero capital gains above that amount. Or
Hey,
if you
Eric,
go ahead.
Does that go for an IRA? Like if someone's retired, age 70, and has an IRA that's generating $100,000 a year, or I'm sorry, under $90,000 a year in revenue?
Well, first of all, IRAs aren't they're tax deferred anyway, and everything in an IRA comes out ordinary income. Everything. Nothing is capital gains.
Well, but that was the question. So there's no capital gains coming out of an IRA?
For any retirement plan, there are no capital gains.
But guys, it's free up until when your income goes over collectively over that 85,000, then the 15% kicks in. So it's all about what your other income looks like.
But
so
still,
Everything poop.
there are people who have sold homes and had no capital, or stocks or whatever, and they don't pay capital gains.
That's right. You can plan.
Now, what was the other thing?
You can plan it strategically for a year when you might have some
Okay,
losses.
there's an additional tax, Mark, I didn't even know about, on top of capital gains if you make too many capital gains. Go ahead.
There's the net investment income tax, which came in a few years ago. It's 3.8% that kicks in if you have investment income over $250,000 in a year. For a
Think
married
about
couple.
that. Now, that's not too difficult to achieve with a big portfolio.
Yeah.
So that's a total investment. Even if you don't pay cap gains, if you have income from your investment accounts, you pay an extra 3.8% on it.
You do.
Jeez.
That came in a few years ago.
Yeah, I just never thought of that because, and you know what I'm thinking? Wow, I didn't realize.
You know why they do. You know why they do this, though, why the capital gains is so much less. They want people investing in the
Of
company.
course. That was the whole idea, is not to make it ordinary income. They wanted you to have the incentive to invest. And by the way, I should mention that there is a move in government in some factions to remove all capital gains. And in fact, it goes worse than that, Mark. Do you know that there is a real move in Congress to tax unrealized
they're morons.
gain? Now,
That's
can you?
not gonna happen.
How the hell can it happen? If you have an unrealized gain and pay tax on it, what happens if when you go to sell, that gain turned out to be not so much? What would happen?
Don't get nervous about it, because I don't even think that would go through the Supreme Court, man. How about an unrealized murder?
Yeah, of course. Okay, we're out of time. I want to tell you about Atlas. They're great people, still taking new clients. That's big and small. AtlasFirms.com, 303-799-9111.
They're great for small businesses.
Yeah, and don't forget to call 303-MARTINO 24/7 to get on the show. Thanks, guys.
You're clear. See ya.
Who's that other guy on?